Good evening, everyone. So good to see y'all again. This is Ty back with the American Reaching Mahjong League, bringing you some awesome Mahjong action once again. Tonight, we are watching some A2 action to start us off, and I am joined by the lovely Rachel and Joseph. How are y'all doing this evening?
Fantastic.
Doing great.
Oh, good to hear.
Absolutely thrilled to be here.
Absolutely.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Rachel actually coming off of a couple games this evening. Hope you did well in those. It sounds like you had some
I
fun.
did fun. Yeah, I had fun.
Oh, good. So we are just on the cusp of some A2 gameplay. Let's go ahead and take a look at who we're joining tonight. Looks like we've got Ricky, Lucas, Garth, and Carl in the A2 league, both of which are really neck and neck. And as we get started, I'm going to pass it off to our commentators. So y'all enjoy. I'll catch up with y'all later.
Thank you, Ty. So Lucas as the first dealer in the east seat. Ricky with the south wind. Garth across from us. And Carl on the left with a quick pawn of the north. Probably looking to make very quick
think
work of
it's
this hand here. Also in,
Honitsu.
yeah, could
Yeah,
be
Honitsu.
Honitsu. Especially with that 6-0 draw there.
Yeah, because he can't really use the Dora because the Dora is a Tumon. Doesn't really have anything around it, so might as well go for some value in Honitsu.
Yep. Could Chi the 4-pin if it drops for speed, but for now, Honitsu seems to be the best option. Meanwhile, Ricky with the Chun triplet on the right there. Cheese the 5 mon and is now 10 pi for a 1-pin Forso Shabo. Forso now drawn by Lucas, but will not come out. Probably looking for the Itsu and the Sozu suit there. Ooh, that 4-mon will complete another sequence. To go for the Ricci, waiting on the 7-pin.
There's 2 in someone's hand and none in the river, so there's 2 in the wall still. Meanwhile,
And
is it
it's
Ricky?
Sumo.
Oh, Ricci Ipatsumo Dora 1 ura.
Not quite
For
Ipatsu, but
4,000
yes.
gold. Oh, was it not Ipatsu?
Not quite,
I
yeah.
wasn't paying attention. My bad.
Still a nice quick win to start off the game there. Puts him in a very comfortable lead with 420,000 points. Or sorry, 42,000 points.
What's this?
7 mon is the Dora. One is held by Carl, who has a couple good sequences there.
Oh, he fills a round min. So you can definitely shift if he gets like a 1-4 pin, he can throw 9 mon Ricci for 1-4 mon. Wait. Or vice versa. So let's see what he does.
Oh, there he goes. Yep,
So
throws
waiting
the 9
4
mon.
mon.
Would be Ricci, Pinfu, 1 Dora. Could be
Potentially
Tanya if the
Tanya. Yeah.
4 mon comes out. There it
Which it
is.
does. And Ipatsu.
Almost got the 2-3-4 Sanchoku, but
so
not
manga,
quite there.
dealer Mangan, then normal Mangan to start the game.
Couple of very fast hands to start us off here. Ricky will take over the dealership in East 2. A pair of 1 peen and a pair of 1-so in his hand. Some good proto sequences as well. This hand definitely has some potential. Meanwhile, on the right,
Got Garth
Garth
with
is,
a 2-3-4 Sanshoku potential.
yep, just needs the 4-peen. Which will, there it comes. Do you think he will cheat it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll take it.
Obviously the
Because
correct
he
move
doesn't
there.
have that many other shapes. He only has
Right.
like the Hangitsu shapes. He needs to find another shape to get a hand. But now that he has Yaku, he can just not worry about it.
With the 1 Dora, the
Yeah.
2 Han hands. Okay. The 5-peen creates an
Drop
efficient
another Dora.
5-7-9-peen shape.
He might keep it to Tonkion, like a Russian Tonki.
Could be.
There's another Dora. Oh, okay, so Garth can take this. And then he
He
has
can.
a pair. And he now he just needs a shape around the either the 8-pin or the 8-so. And he has potentially Tanyao, Sanshoku, Dora 3. So that's a Mongon.
It's really coming together for Garth here.
And then Lucas just drew an Oncon of sorry not Oncon, Onpon? Onko
Onko.
of one Mon. So he's Ishan 10 now. And is that Carl across the way?
Yep.
Carl Ricci's son
Waiting on
6-9
yep.
Mon.
6-9 Mon.
6 Mon being Tanyao. And he has a Dora, so it's Ricci Dora at the least.
With a potential Tanya upgrade. If he can draw the 6 Mon, that would be a Mongon with the sumo.
There's another. Might see a dealing here.
The Monzu suit looks pretty dangerous here.
True. Oh, he
But
sumos the Ricci Sumo Dora. Maybe he flips the Anko Dora. Nope.
not quite. No Ura 3 this time.
1,000, 2,000.
Still, a win is a win.
So now we have Garth as dealer as a quick Tanya looking hand. Is that 4 pairs? 4 pairs.
4 pairs, yeah. Could consider Chitoi here. Depending on how the draws look.
It might just end up being a Tanyao. And he can change that 7 Mon. Oh, maybe it will be
There's another
Tanyao's
pair.
Chitoi.
He hedges his
Ishan
options with a
Chitoi.
2-mon discard, yeah. A lot of great options here because you can call for Tanyao, potentially go for Toy Toy. Oh, 4-peen
Now he's overblocks.
completes. Yes.
So
So do you go for? Do you hedge for Toy Toy? Nope, he cuts a.
no, I think I hedge for
6p.
Tanyao. And like the easy thing is that he can depending on draws, he can easily use another Dora or the Dora by keeping the
Yes.
7 Mon pair.
Yes.
Ishan Teng again for Tanyao.
Yep,
But
with that 7-peen pair
not
that he
not quite Tanyao, but he can use a 9-pin as well.
can.
Yeah.
Now, does he call the 7-peen? Nope, he lets it pass.
Yeah, I think he threw the 5-pin there.
Yep.
Okay, let's look
So
at the other hand.
potential E Peiko with if he manages to get a hold of a 6-pin.
It's not really much in other people's hands. It's a slow hand for everyone.
It's like Ricky trying for a potential Honitsu or Chinitsu with that one so-call from earlier. But he hasn't been able to draw too many Sozu tiles. Would still need to get rid of that 2-pin pair. Oh, manages to draw an 8-so.
It's Shitsu potential. Has the shapes for it too. Hon? Doesn't have a pair after that. Maybe pass
Yeah.
it. Maybe cheat this. They're the 2-pin.
Now Ishan 10.
There's like a lot of tiles that he can draw to get to Tenpai, which is really nice. Pretty much all the upper Sozu and like also Forso. So that's Tenpai here.
Yep.
For what's the weight?
Of course,
6,
those were
7, 9 so. There's a 9 so.
There is.
Doesn't come out.
I think Carl is fully playing defensively here. Yep. Garth Cheese, the 6-pin, now Tenpai for 3-so or 7-mon.
Oh, he's also waiting on Forso for Ricky.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
I didn't
two-sided.
notice a Forso. It's like 4-sided.
Yeah, 4,
4,
7,
6,
6, 9.
7,
Yep.
9 so, yeah. And Garth wins the 500 goal.
But keeps the dealership for another round.
This is a nice quick hand.
This is a very, very good high pie here.
Has Dora and is using it.
Yes. Meanwhile, Carl with a pair of the Haku. Could look to open if one comes out. Also with a hand that could be advanced by calling.
Garth has Ishan 10 now. And Tenpai. Richie.
That completes the sequence. Yep, and there's the
The
Ricci.
availability, though, of the 6-9 so is very, very small. There's only 2 left in the wall.
Yeah.
One of each.
Very unfortunate with 5 of them being held. Carl holding by discarding the Haku pair there. Wants to avoid dealing in so we can hang on to second. Mm, 7-so comes out. Suji to the 4-so. Luke is taking a little bit of time with his discards. Ricky doing the same.
Still two tiles left in the wall. We still haven't seen yet.
Yep. Neither has made an appearance. Hmm.
You know what's interesting is Lucas kept on to that Haku for so long, even after it was like guaranteed save.
Yeah.
Gong.
Oh,
Even
the
then,
9 so comes out. Just Ricci Pin Fudora for 5,800 points. And another turn at dealer.
Yep.
Oh, that is a lot of
this
honors.
that's a lot. Does he go for the sushi?
I think he does.
And if you look at the other hands, there's not really that many wins in the other hands.
Oh,
Does
does
he
he call
pawn the
this?
pocket?
No, he lets it go. Hoping that the patience will pay off. Do you think he pawns the second one that comes out?
With
Oh,
that draw,
completes
yes.
pair.
Now he does.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, this could be Chanta.
It could be.
Each.
The Ricci
Yo,
comes
two
out.
pin.
Yep, 2 pin for Ricci Ipeco. 2 of the 2 pin are held.
And there's one that was just thrown, so that's all. There's none left in the wall.
Chi.
She's the Dora.
There's the west. And we know that Lucas is probably going to throw west-west because he threw the Anko.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Oh.
going to wait a little bit.
Yep, 5 manas to get Butsu, so. Card's the 8 mon, which is Suji. Carl wants to Mawashi this. He will have to choose the correct pair to cut. He probably will just end up folding this one out.
Yeah, I don't see any reason that Carl will throw the 2 pin. Like, I think he'd rather take no 10 than throw the 2 pin.
Yeah. No reason to risk dealing in with in second. Oh, there's the final non-Haku comes out.
Now, East is still both in the wall, and there's one Hatsu left in the wall. Is this Tenpai? This is Tenpai for Lucas. Ricci? It's waiting con 5 so it's Damas.
Possibly waiting for a better weight. Although has discarded the...
I think it's also late in the round that he's not willing to throw a stick into next hand.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And he might even just fold here because 4-7 pin is pretty wild.
Yeah.
He does. Okay.
One pin is completely fresh.
This is Tempai.
Yep.
Wing East Hatsu. Both East are still in the wall and there's still one Hatsu left. Can definitely
Cheese.
get it.
Yep. Carl is now
There's the
Tenpai here,
East.
and there's the
Double
East.
double
Comes
East.
out. Double East Honitsu with one Dora.
I mean, it didn't really matter if the East or the Hatsu came out. It was going to be a Mongon regardless.
Yes.
And secondly, there's 3 people right around 38,000.
I mean, very exciting. 3 Honba in East 3. Garth has managed to climb into second with this dealership.
Yeah, by 100 points. It's pretty good. And he's now Ishan 10. If he can get a 6-0, he has a nice Sanmenchan shape to wake on.
Yes. With one Dora to boot. Ricky's hand also progressing nicely. Also Ishan 10 for a Pinfu hand.
I think this is also Ishan 10 for Carl. I think. Actually, no, he doesn't have a head, so he's still 2 Shan 10.
Yeah.
I was misreading I thought it was he had 2 3-so, so I thought he had the Pico fully set
Yeah.
in.
Hard to see from this angle.
Then Lucas Crossway has a nice Pinfu Sanshoku Ishan 10 with a Dora in hand. Definitely can be a monstrous hand. And this is Tempai for Garth, but it's Waking Con 6-so.
Not the
So
widest
he's gonna
weight.
wait. He's gonna wait to see if he can draw an upgrade. If you actually look in the other hands, all the 6-sos are in hand, so it
Yes.
would be a bad weight to wait on.
Yeah, only one 8-so is held for
Yeah,
that
I was like,
upgrade.
do you take a step back from to Ishan side? I think you do because
Yeah.
the beggar weight.
Yeah. Seeing how few Sozu have been discarded. It's a good read here. And no, immediately draws the 8-so.
Yeah, he dropped from the wrong side, so he would have gone
Yeah.
Tempai,
Unfortunately.
and then 9-so would have come out maybe. Oh, the 9
There
he
it
would have
is.
drawn the 9-so. Oh my gosh, it's so over. It's so Jover.
Unlucky.
Oh, here's Tempai
There it
bringing
is.
3-6 mon. He's gonna Dama
Yep.
this
Yep.
because I think it's a Mongon. Or if the 6 mon would be a Mongon.
Yes. With the Ipeiko. All the other 6 mons are held.
Okay, delays Ricci and
Sumogiri
Sumogiri.
Ricci. for
3-6 mon.
maximum
And
intimidation.
Carl is ranking 4-7 mon. Both 4 mon are out.
Oh no.
And there's the 7 mon. Richie
There it is.
Poo Notra.
It will finally knock Garth out of the dealer's seat. And
Into East 4.
yes, with Carl now in the lead. Six. No. Only 7 terminals held by Garth in his starting hand. Not worth it to go for Kokushi.
It's gonna draw it now that you said that.
Yeah. Really draws the 19. And there's the
Oh,
tune.
there's a Dora. Okay, but we could have a normal hand. We have Dora pair. Dora
We could,
Yakubai
yes.
pair. Oh, there's the Anko. Oh my gosh.
There it is.
It's a normal hand.
Let's see. That will form a Ryeonman shape with that 6-so draw.
It was like, how long is Ricky gonna hold on to all these wins? Is he going for
There it is.
yeah. He drew a pair elsewhere and then discarded it.
Yeah, Ricky
Each on 10
now.
for who's this, Carl? Sorry, I got Carl and Ricky mixed up.
Yeah. Just needs
So
the 5-so does give wider acceptance there, but potentially
the 5-so?
er,
Because with this, there's a Ryoncon shape and then there's a Ryeonmin shape, and
right.
yeah.
Does not chi the 3-so. He still needs the pair. Oh, that completes the sequence there. Now 10 pi for 8 mon, 3 of which are held. Garth will need to cut one of these pairs, but it looks like the 8 mon pair will stay in his hand for now. In Lucas's hand, the 8 mon is part of a Ryeonman shape, so also very unlikely to be dropped.
10 by
1
4
remaining in the
Carl.
wall.
Lee Ricci. It's not really a good wait. Yeah, I say we don't. We wait for an upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, Chi. Looking for
Comes out.
7 mon. Does he reach you here now that there's 2 people with 2 calls?
Kang.
Put a little pressure
Ooh.
on the board, maybe. Oh, Con?
Yeah. Oh, another con. Now with, oh gosh, that's
4,
Chun
5.
Dwarf.
It's still just a Mongon.
Yeah. But still, I think you always go for that con just for the chance at the range on draw.
I think you don't. I personally don't think you con, because it just opens up for other people to get more Dora, and like the likelihood of you flipping your own Dora is somewhat small, in my opinion.
True. but when it does happen, it's really
Yeah,
cool.
when it does happen, it is really cool, but like the amount of, like the percentages are, I think, are pretty low being
You're
cool.
right. Yeah, it absolutely is not the correct play
Yeah,
probability
if it
wise,
were
but
like if you were to bump up to Hanuman guaranteed, then I think you do it.
yeah. I know. I'm always one to con just for the thrill of it. So regardless of whether it's the correct move or not. Last draw here.
Oh, there's actually no 4/7 mon left in the wall. Everything is in hand
Ah,
or in the discard pile. So unfortunate.
unlucky. We'll have to settle for the Moto payment. All right. South one now. With the South Wind as the Dora. Not a lot of exciting hands thus far. Lucas with a potential Ipeco. And the 3-so and 7-so are the best isolated tiles to have. 7-peen will complete a sequence. Now Ishan 10. Garth holding 4 pairs on the opposite side of the table. Good look at... Oh, draws another pair with the 5-mon.
Let's see.
3 Dora Souths being held in 3 different hands. No one wants to get rid of them just yet.
Yeah, what if I draw a pair, then I have guaranteed two Dora, or and then it'll get
Yeah.
to the point where someone will reach you, and then everyone's like, "Well, I can't throw this Dora." Okay, the
Ah,
first
there it
Dora
comes
came
out.
out.
Yep.
I think you get rid of
Oh,
it now, or it becomes it's no longer it's dangerous again because it's people have changed their hands.
yep.
Boom.
Garth will finally open. Could call for Toy Toy, but has plenty of tile acceptance available for a Hatsu only hand here. Lucas has been Ishanten for the longest time now.
And he's a lot of tiles that he could draw. I think 2 mon, 4 pin, 6 mon, 1 mon, 4 mon.
Now draws the south, which 2 copies visible.
Everyone's no 10.
No 10.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
You lose your last dealership.
Although Lucas is comfortably in second. Sometimes in that case, you're just happy to progress the game along. Right, Ricky has a lot of ground to make up, needs to make this dealership count. It's holding on to 1 copy of the Dora. Would be great to draw another one.
Boom.
With the south pawn there. Decent shapes. And could. Yep. Fills another Rionman. Discards a tune, holds onto the door for now, just on the off chance that he draws another one.
Here's the east. So first east has been discarded.
Gee.
8, so it does improve the shape there. And another pair of 3-pin.
I think you drop this, yeah, the 9 so for,
Mhm.
and then with the goal of dropping the 8 so, 9 so again.
Yep. Go for the Tanya upgrade, potentially.
Beach.
Okay. Ricci coming out from Lucas.
We can
Waiting on.
Contumon.
Yep.
Was this Carl? Carl draws one on.
He had just discarded one in the last
Katsu.
round. Does not fall into the
Gee.
trap.
Yeah, he's out of the hand.
Yeah.
And then Garth is now tempai
Beach.
for Sanshoku
Sumo.
Tanya Sumos after Ricky Ricci, so he gets an extra Ricci stick out of this.
Very unfortunate for Ricky.
Oh, what is
there.
his hand? I hope he draws a Haku.
That would be the best thing ever.
Oh, easy Hongitsu. Easy Hongitsu.
Creates Rionman shape. Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
Pawn. 6-pin.
Easiest call ever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, he's just going to keep the 6-pin around for door acceptance. So he's not
Yep.
going for Hongitsu. And he's got to draw a 3-so now that he's thrown the penchant.
It will come out.
Gee.
Oh, he could. Yep. Let's cheat the 8-so. 2 Haku left in the wall. Two Chun left in the wall as well. But he would need a pair. Two Pin does create a Ryaman shape for Carl there. Potential Sanshoku upgrade for Carl if he can draw the right tiles, but Ricci coming out from Ricky. Waiting on 6 Pin, 9 Pin. Two 6 Pin are held, one has been discarded, and one is the door indicator. Only one 9 Pin left in the wall.
Boom.
Chun comes out. Everyone's going to be really nervous about discarding Haku now.
Each.
Now Ricci from Carl. 10 Pi for 1 4 Pin. Of which 5 tiles are remaining in the wall. Oh,
Ooh.
Spin comes out. Goes for the Shosangan, but it's not meant to be.
He drops to third place now with 36,000 points. It's all last. Oh, this is a really nice starting hand for Carl.
There's two Wests
complete
right off
shape.
the bat. Yes.
Ishan 10 now. Or just Ricci Pinfu maybe if he draws the 8-mon.
2 8-mon held by
And there's another
Garth.
8-mon.
And there's the... Yep. Let's see one of the 8-mon coming out of Garth's hands.
I think Carl's stepping out. Oh, there's a Ricci. My bad.
There is, yeah. Waiting on just 1 4-mon. Yeah, you absolutely fold in this case. Your win condition at this point is to not deal in.
The hard thing is that most sumos will get you second or third, depending on.
Especially
Because there's
with...
there's a 2,300 point difference between first and third.
Yes. So yeah, the Oyakaburi could end up
If it's a
messing that up.
Hanemon, you get third place.
Could be the case if Riki sumos and then flips 3 Ura.
I think he Ricci Sumo. So Ricci Sumo Kanyao Dora Dora, and then flips 1 Ura.
1 Ura, yeah. Is all you need. I didn't see the Dora pair he had in his hand.
The 1 mon. I don't think it comes out though. Oh, it
Oh, it
does.
does.
So you estimate,
Ichidora
but
with
we
no,
take a little bit of points so that
yes,
they don't last.
that
Even though
will
it is securing 4th place, at least we get some points out of it.
at least, yeah, it will drop Lucas into 3rd, but still a positive 3rd. So not the worst hand to deal in at the very end. Garth takes a very comfortable 2nd with plus 11.2, and Carl holds on to 1st place at the end with plus 23.5. So standings have updated. Carl, I believe, moving up into 10th with that win. They should be playing another game shortly. We'll see if they've started yet. They'll be back in 2 minutes. Or 1 minute now. We will have some more action for you here. So very, very measured play in that last game. Nothing super crazy, which is kind of what you expect from players in this division.
I mean, the show Songen potential was pretty crazy.
It was. That was. I mean, but you have to go for those when you have the opportunity. Right, we should be back in game any moment now.
There we go.
And here we are. All right. Carl in the east seat, his first dealer. Lucas in the south seats. Garth across the table in the west seats. And Ricky in the north seat to begin. Carl
What is his
already
hand? This is
up to it.
Tempai for Lucas,
Oh, wow.
making Con 6-0.
That is incredibly fast.
We don't take it because we can upgrade so many things on this.
We could. Carl with a lot of consecutive Monzu tiles in his hands.
Boom.
Ricky owns the Tuso.
Beach.
Probably just looking for a Tanya hand here. And there's the 4-so draw to be 10 pi on 3 6-so. For Ricci with 1 Dora.
I was like checking the availability of 8 so being the Uradora, but it looks like they're all in hand. So unfortunately, we're not going to see an Ura 4.
Unfortunate.
Is this Tenpai? No, it's not. It's two. It's like one Shanten.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever take like a Tenpai here.
Now, if you draw the 8 pin,
I think you
or he
throw the
discard.
8 mon and be
Yeah.
like Kutsuki Tenpai on the 3s.
Yes. Hmm.
Does 6 so come out? No, it's like 3,
Nope.
4, 5 pin. That 4 so
Does
draw is pretty good, but you do have a 2/5 so in your discard pile, so that shape is for like double for 10.
Yep.
And it looks like we're out of the hand.
I think so, yeah.
Is this Tenpai? This is Tenpai. You have to drop a 6, so you have to deal in.
Wrong.
And it
That'd
does
be
come
fine.
out.
Unfortunately, it was Tenpai with a pair of door 3 pin, so I would take it.
One aura will give Lucas 5,200 points. Moved into the dealership.
8 so's a new Dora. Artha's like
Decent starting hand
lots of
here.
starting hand. I mean, we have good shapes for the dealer. It looks like it could be a quick Tanyao hand.
Could be, yeah.
Depending on how we draw. And then
I
Garth
think
has good shapes as well as Ishan 10 over there. For probably just there's a Dora, so maybe he can draw around that.
does have the pair of 9 so we just need a 7 so to complete that sequence.
Ricky's hand is pretty far away with so many like extra tiles that are by themselves.
Does complete the Onco.
And then Carl, pretty far as well. They're the 2 mon. I think you're Ishan Tang actually, but it's
Beach.
just like a Ricci Dora 1. Because Ricci Tanyao for Lucas, working on the Con 6 mon, 2 of which are being held by Carl.
Decent chance at Ur 3.
Sumo.
If the right tile comes out. And Sumo's it. Very nice. Sumo Tanyao. No Ura,
600
unfortunately.
all.
A nice quick win, though. East is Dora.
The 1 so would have been better, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
I think I would have
maybe
discarded that
Lucas
as
knows
well.
something better. He knew something better
He did,
than
yes.
because he drew the 1 so. Oh, he drops a 2 so. Interesting.
Garth with the door triplet now. He can call whatever he wants at this point.
Ishan 10. Quick Ishan 10 for like Ipeko probably. Maybe Pinfu, depending on if we can draw that 7 so. Ishan 10 for Lucas. Drew. into a ramen shape.
Pom.
Yep, Garth does pawn this. Now 10 pie for 4 mon or 4 peen. 4 mon just drawn by Carl.
Long.
Does come out.
Oh, I didn't even see this Anko of Dora. That's crazy.
Yep.
Tonhatsu Dora 3.
Garth now with dealership.
Has some good shapes, like potential shift to 2-3-4 Sanshoku.
Yes.
I think that would be the ideal hand.
It's always the ideal hand.
Having a Yaku, I think, is the ideal hand. Being no Yaku is the unideal hand.
Right. But 2-3-4 Sanshoku is the most ideal of all the Yakus.
Specifically 2-3-4.
Specifically 2-3-4.
Is that so that you can wait on the Sanzo? Are you a
Obviously.
Sanzo believer? I'm a steadfast believer in the West Weight. The West Weight is indeed the best weight.
Speaking of the West Weight, an Anko of those now completed by Lucas.
You can't wait on that anymore.
Hmm.
Oh, it gets the Ipeko shape. So this is Tempai for Carl. For Richi, Ipeko, Chanta. So that's Mongon right there.
Just needs the 3 so, 2 of which are remaining in the wall. Well, if Garth draws one, it will probably not come out.
I don't think it comes out of anyone's hands right now.
Yeah.
Everyone can use a 3-1. This is Tempai. Ishanten.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dora. If you cheat that, you don't have a Yaku. So
Yeah.
don't do it.
Although Hote is a Yaku.
It is indeed. There's a
Oh.
3-1. I don't think he cuts it.
I don't think, no.
I think he would throw west 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 before he throws 3-mon.
Garth
7
now
mon.
10
All the
for
7
7 mon.
mon
Yep.
are in hand or in the river. So unfortunately not coming out.
Yeah.
We are gonna take we're gonna pawn to get to K10. Well, he's not
Yes.
Ishan
Not
and
quite.
K10. Now he's
He
K10,
can. Yep, he can cut the 4 so here. But the
which he
4 so does
can't.
not look safe enough.
So he's gonna throw west west west. Oh, he could
Now the
throw. Oh,
4 so
he
is
goes
safe.
back into Tempai. Oh my gosh.
There we go.
He's just so good at this game. Who's waiting 3-6 mon? Oh, never mind.
Just, yeah. 6 mon west. He was waiting on the west at the end.
Lucas is just like 5-head brain. It's so good.
All right. Again, some potential for 2-3-4 Sanshoku and Garth's hand, although I think an Itsu and the Sozu is more likely. If he can get the right draws. It's all about drawing the correct tiles.
ポン
Lucas will pwn the
Lucas
north
gotta
here.
pull the north for a quick hand. He does have a Dora, so it does have some
Yes.
value. And is he Ishanten? No, he's yeah, he's Ishanten.
Ishanten, yes. We'll need to find a pair.
Home.
Here's a pair. Still Ishanten, but has a pair.
Is an upgrade, yes. Now just needs 5-8 mon, 3-6 so.
Chi. Chi.
It is now 10 pi.
5-8 mon.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 left in the wall.
Completes sequence here.
There's another Dora.
So it does have a
Looks
headless
like
Ishanten. Yeah.
Garth
he
might
might
deal in next turn.
Yeah. If he draws into 10 pi, I think he cuts the 8.
Yep.
Each.
I think it's coming out.
GG.
Long.
Yep. Feels bad. That will move us into East 4. With Ricky as dealer, hoping he can have more success with his dealerships this game than the previous one.
He has 2 completed shapes in his hand already, but not much in other shapes elsewhere.
There is... So there was Chanta potential until he discarded the 1 mon.
That's true. But he would have to cut 5 mon, 6 pin, 6 so.
Yeah,
Pretty far.
those are
I think
really
he's
awkward
closer
cuts to
to
start.
a 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku than he is Chanta.
Yes.
And he drew 6 months, so he does have potential just to do that instead.
There's another 8.
Doesn't want it.
Yeah, it doesn't really add much. It's now interesting. The repeating cut does open up the possibility for a west weight for Ricky here.
Does. West comes out here for sure. Oh, it doesn't. He's keeping it as a safe tile, but joke's on him. We're gonna wait on the west. It's gonna deal Ipatsu.
That is. Nope.
Ishan.
Yep, Dora comes out.
Does Dora come out? Yep.
Yeah.
Is this Tenpai? No, it's
West
Ishan
comes
Ten.
out.
But he's only like 4
Each.
tiles away from having a Yakuman in his hand. But he threw a 5-pin, 5-pin, 2-pin, so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020, we could have had a Yakuman.
So Garth Tenpai for 1 pin, 4 pin.
Orichi Dora 1. 4-pin being Tanyao. There's 2 4-pin and 1 1-pin left in the wall.
Each. Dong.
Ooh,
There it goes. So Richi Tanya with 1 Dora. For a nice, easy 5,200 points. Does bring Garth a little bit closer to first. Now going into South 1 with Carl as the dealer. Decent shapes. Can use this 8-pin to accept the 6-pin Dora. Ricky going for the Pinzu Honitsu here. Would like to pair up one of his honors to make that a little bit easier.
all of them are Yakuhai, but the south is twice cut, so might want to drop that
Yeah,
next chance we get.
there it is.
There we
Yep.
go.
Chi.
Garth is now Tenpai with Tanyao only. Wait, Tanyao 1 Dora. With the 3-pin, 6-pin Nobuton weights.
Home.
Shun does come out, and Ricky takes it.
Dong.
3-pin
Nope,
comes out.
Tanya Dora.
Garth slowly creeping up on Lucas's lead, going into Lucas's second dealership here in South 2. 8, so is Dora.
Home.
This has some decent shapes here. Could also go for Tanya, but that would reduce the Dora acceptance, so I'm not sure if that would really be worth it.
Just draw 7 so. It's
Or
my
an 8
failure
so and
to
use it as your pair.
Oh, that's true. Just draw a 7 or an 8 so. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Of course, we both know that the 7 so or the 8 so draw will only happen after the shape has been completely discarded.
Uh-huh. I mean, there's only one 8 so left in the wall and 2 7 so left. Actually, no, there's only one 7 so and one 8 so left in the wall. So it's looking a little hard. So it might
Yeah.
actually be worth it just to get rid of it. And there's the one 7 so that's left. So there's only one 8 so left in the wall for that shape.
Mm-hmm.
1
7-pin penchon for Richi Peiko.
Chi
The 8 so did come out of his
Chi
hand, so it is
Yep,
safe
it is
to push.
Genbutsu, but it is snatched up by Garth.
This Honitsu is pretty far away though.
It
1
is
There's 8 so.
oh
So 1 4
another
1
reaching.
4 7 pin. So potential for double run for a 7 pin.
How
You
safe
see a
does the
wall of
9
8
so
so.
appear?
You
Yeah.
see a Kabe of the 8 so 9 so should be safe. We have 2 Genbutsu now. But I think Lucas still pushes.
I think so, yeah.
Or like Mawashi's. He think he's still Mawashi's.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't just like give away his hand.
Oh, does the 1 pin come out? Does not. I think Lucas is out now.
4
The
Oh,
guard threw the 1 pin and unfortunately did drop it.
reaching
Yeah, I
Omi.
think Lucas is being wary of Garth's Honitsu, which is why the
Mm-hmm.
9 so didn't come out.
That makes sense. All right, South 3, Garth with 1 Dora in his starting hand.
And he
Decent
has the shape that
shapes.
he can use another one. I think he's 2 Shanten.
Yes. Very nice fast
Now
hand.
E Shanten. You just draw a 7 pin here. Do you Richi on the with the 6 so trying to trap that 3 so Dora?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
It's so juicy.
Mm-hmm. Drop the 3 pin and we go headless for a little bit. Oh,
Oh.
drop the 8 pin. Interesting. I mean, we could throw the 9 pin, so.
Yeah.
And we keep it open for 1, 2, 4, 5 pin. Even a 3 pin could help. There's a 3 so pair over there. 3 so Dora pair.
Oh, 1 so.
Interesting. Keeping us open for a lot of things.
Yep. Maybe Ipeco with a 3 so draw, although that would be a
Even
hell
a
weight
5
on the 3 pin.
even a 5 so weight
Oh,
would
there it is.
we're dominating this. I think that's
Yep.
good.
Yep. Ipeco
Ipeco Dora
Dora
Dora.
2. Yep.
It's 5,800 points.
Beach.
Ricci. Okay. So Ricci, Ippei door 2. So Mongon. You got Ipatsu? You waited 1 turn.
One
No
3-0 left in the
Ipatsu.
wall. Not the right 3. Yeah. Ricky's hand can accept door at this point, so I don't think he would drop it. Carl might drop it if it wasn't completely unsafe to do so.
I mean, with the 6-0s, 4-0 Tadashi's, might
Mhm.
be, if he was paying attention to Mogiri Tadashi, 3-0 might potentially come out? I don't know.
Chi.
Good.
It is Suji.
It
Is this
is.
Tenpai? It is not Tenpai. It is. Is this Ishan? No, it's not even Ishan 10.
Yeah, still needs. Draws another pair there.
Beach.
All right. Ricci coming out from Ricky, also waiting on the 3-0. We have 2 believers of the cult of 3-0 in this game.
Home.
And now Lucas, Tenpai for Toy Toy, waiting on 3-0 or 7 Mon. So
I mean,
who will
if he
get the
draws,
3-0?
if he sumos, that's Haimon, I think.
It is, yeah. Toy Toy,
It does go to
Tanyao,
Ryukyu, though.
Sanonko.
Door 2.
Unfortunate. Garth will retain his dealership. And this looks like a very quick Tanyao hand here. Has
Looks like a
one of
Chanta
the
hand
door here.
for Ricky.
Does.
Looks like a Honro Toy Toy to me.
Oh yeah, especially with that 9-so draw.
Home.
Oh, do you pwn this? Yes, he does. Now just needs the 1 pin to come out. And pair up 1 more. Either the east, west, or Chun.
No, we're gonna call the 1 pin, call the Haku, call the north, and wait on the west. Wait.
This is the way.
This is the way.
2 west,
It's hell wait.
all 3 wests have already
It's
been
a hell wait.
discarded.
No one would believe it. Too so.
Hmm.
Oh, we might just settle for Toy Toy.
Yeah.
Toy Toy Haku.
Home.
There's the
It's a Haku.
pwn, yes.
Is Tenpai? It is not Tenpai. Drop the 2-so.
Home.
Yep.
And wait,
Now
one
waiting
pin
on
north.
1P north. 3 tiles left in the wall. And either one of them could look
I think it
relatively
comes
safe
out of.
here.
I think north comes out easy on
Yeah.
for anyone.
Mm-hmm. Although it is completely fresh. Yeah, no one has
I
any
mean,
in
it's
their
still so
hands.
early in the round.
Yeah.
Actually, no. There's 3 calls. They have to know that he's Tempai.
Yeah, they might be a bit suspicious. That's 6,
Carl's
so it's going to look
suspicious of the
dangerous.
6, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it could, because it could be Hongitsu.
It could be Honitsu, yeah. That 8 pin will complete a sequence. I think we see. Okay, let's drop the 8s in there.
Oh, is it Tempai? No, it's not Tempai. It's Ishanten. One pin could come out here.
It could, but it also you have that that 135 shape, but not anymore that the 8 pin was cut. Oh yeah,
I think
that
the one pin
5,
comes out.
I think it does, yeah. No.
Yeah,
Opposite drops
next
the
turn.
yeah.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
there it
north.
is.
4
Toy Toy Haku. That will give Ricky a nice boost going into South 4. Needs. How many points is he behind? 3,800 points behind Garth. So would need. I can't do math right now.
Wait,
What,
28,
2?
38?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 3,800. So
but you're dealer, so you just need to win a hand.
right, yeah. Either way. This hand is looking decent for that. Could call the Haku, but would leave us without a pair. That 5 so does complete a sequence.
This is interesting because you could go for the 5, 6, 7 Sanchoku. I think
You
we're gonna
could.
yeah. So we're gonna drop the 1, 2 so Penchon.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Tempai? This is Tempai for Lucas. Not gonna reach you because it's not really worth anything.
Yeah. And you're in first at this point, so you don't.
You just wanna. Oh, this is
Eat.
Tempai.
Yep, 6. 6 months. So 1 Dora. Ichi, not Pinfu because of the Haku pair.
1
Oh,
Richie.
and Rishi comes out.
6 mon, 1 pin. And Sumo gets Song Anko.
That would certainly end it in style. Yep, with 2 Dora.
There's 1 pin left in the wall. There's a 1 pin.
There it is. Oh no.
For each door 2. 100 or 350 fu for 6,400 points.
That will solidify Lucas's first place finish with plus 35.5. Garth holds on to second with plus 7.5. Ricky, with that last deal in, will fall to minus 13.7. And Carl in fourth with minus 29.3. So, give us a moment for the standings to
catch
update
up.
here. So that does move Lucas up to minus 1.1, nearly erasing his deficit. You would be surprised at his placement with 6 first place finishes that he's minus 1.1, but has.
What's really hurting him is the 4 third places and the 5 fourth places.
Yeah. So, what other games do we have going on at the moment? All right, we have an A1 game started. We may take a short break to switch out commentators. So,
Yep, we're going
give
to
us
take a
just a
brief.
moment here.
Yep, going to take a brief intermission, and then we'll be right back with some A1 gameplay. We're going to swap some people out of some seats and get some stuff reset. So thank y'all for joining us. Give us just a moment. Thank you so much, Rachel and Joseph, for your time this evening.
My pleasure.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun having you. So we will be right back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are joining an A1 game that just kicked off. As you can see here, starting with the 8 down here, I believe that's Brian, Matthew on the right, Kevin across, and Harrison on the left. This is Korak. I'm joined by John. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right, we see immediate call, and may not be Chanta, but this definitely looks like Junchun, maybe Sanshoku. Has this Dora here. If the Dora pairs up, we could definitely end up that route. On the right, kind of a Pinfu hand, a little slow. Oh, there's our Poland. Definitely Sanshoku now. No other possible Yaku here. Seems like a Dora Tonki play. Cross the way, nice Monzu shape. Maybe going Honitsu with it. And on the left, it's just a mess. Suppose you want to say it's good, but it's just not.
I mean, you do have some of the shapes coming together 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 7. But in terms of ways that you can build value on that hand, it's very hard to see, particularly.
The
Well, you do.
5's a really good draw. You get a 3-so, then you see another 3-so, and a 2-bot, and yeah, see, this is the issue. But the best hand is definitely here right in front of us. Brian, who's actually been struggling, I believe won Armel last season and just barely above the demotion line 12 games in. This game number 13, first to the session.
There is a good quote from Brian in the Armel chat saying that if he wins the league 4 seasons in a row, he's going to quit Armel. Very glad that we'll be seeing Brian around with us for the foreseeable future, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but just need to stay out of demotion first.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, hand has not budged. Hand on the left getting a little better. Oh, that's the draw you're looking for. Now, if Ishunten will need the 1-so in either 9-pin or Shah. And Harrison said, I want to throw the Shah just anyway. And surprisingly, you see the 1 pawn from across the way. Kevin just going for that Honitsu. Won't be any value here unless it turns into Chinitsu, though.
Really late shot at Honetsu, however, just getting very much diffed by all the Sozu and Pinzu drops.
There it
Well,
is,
there's the
Tenpai,
call,
1-4-6, and Harrison doesn't throw the 6 just yet. It fits in fairly nicely to this hand.
Really nice 3-sided weight there. I would not have spotted the 6 Mon. Well, there's another 10 pi. 10 pi by Matthew waiting on the 5-8 pin. All
Yeah,
the
and
8
figures with
pins
the
are already
pawn
in a.
here, it's really bad. And now we just see the Chi here for Tenpai payments. There is no Yaku for Brian. Just says, I want Tenpai. Maybe I get lucky with Hote, but not expecting him. We do see a switch here. This is now 7-pin 4-so Shampon.
7
When
pin
the
4.
3 is such a tempting tile, but not completely giving up on this yet. There's the Shaw. That is Dora. We'll see if Matthew gets out of here. Probably does, given the way this hand was played. I don't think anyone's really scared of Dealer unless it's some sort of Anko of Yakuhai. Is there anything left? Chun's dead, Hatsu's dead, Ton's dead. Yeah, it's all dead. So Dealer definitely doesn't have a Yaku here. You can confirm that with the calls.
But the nice thing about dealer getting 10 pi at the end of this is that the dealership will extend.
Yes, and of course, the other concern of the West, though, is Kevin is West seed, so may actually have it, but doesn't. We'll see the two players Tenpai at the end of East 1 and have a repeat as a result. This is a much more interesting hand. No real value here. Maybe an Itsu. An 8-pin really makes this hand really interesting. On the right, pretty standard Pinfu, nothing fancy. Across the way, standard Pinfu, maybe 2, 3, 4, or distant 6, 7, 8 Sanshku. And on the left, kind of Pinfu, but you do have 2 pairs. Might choose to slim down one of those. We'll see what ends up getting drawn.
I absolutely hate being the first dealer. I feel like with luck I get it so many times, and it's just when you get into the South round and your first dealer is gone, you're basically guaranteed at least 3 more hands to complete your comeback. It's a little hard to plan for.
I'm the exact opposite. I love being first dealer because no one's awake at the table yet, so you just get a Mongon and then cruise.
I love being last dealer. I tend to have my best comebacks when I'm the last dealer.
Well, last dealer's just objectively bad because of Noah
What do you
Garayame.
mean
You just have to
objectively
repeat.
bad?
It is mathematically the worst position.
Oh. So Matthew's Pinfu hand is kind of developing. Well, it's no longer Pinfu. You have a triplet of the four so's.
Yeah,
So
the
this
pin fu is on the left with Harris and Ishan Tenryama Ranman.
there is no head in Matthew's hand though, so it could drop one of the four so's and walk it back to Pinfu if Matthew draws in that direction.
Oh, well, that's just our first Tempai, and we do have a Chanta here. Actually, Richi Chanta, one so pay, two pays live.
Fun. There are two norths floating around somewhere in that wall. Worst case,
And the
double
one so doesn't look very safe, but the pay, I mean, it just imagine just comes out from whoever draws it.
interesting draw with the 6 pin. Gonna cut out the 7 mon.
7 pin is safe, good enough. Oh, that is Tempai. We'll go to Indomoid in the Gimbutsu, 7 so. Can also win on the Dora.
Interesting Dama
Oh,
here.
well, if you're gonna Dama, you should probably cut the 9 so here. This is either just a Richi or you switch to the actual Yaku with the Tanyao. Tanyao, no Dora. Did have a Pinfu before, and there's our chase. And of course, if you'd reached that 4-7, that would have been the deal in tile. Instead, we just have Matthew chasing down with Richi Dora 3-4-7. Still have not seen those pay. There it is!
There's
At
the
this
north.
point,
Is it
though,
gonna
I
come
think you
out?
can get away. Yeah,
Whoa!
you can get away from it now. If that had come a
Kevin,
turn earlier, I think it gets shoved.
Kevin with the Dama and decides to walk away from Tenpai, keep holding onto that north. That is a really impressive read.
Well, it's one of those where you go, wait a second, why is this still live? The North player is obviously cutting pairs, so it's very unlikely it's some sort of cheat toy.
There's another
We'll see
north.
if
Is Harrison
Harrison
gonna make the
notices
same
it too.
read?
Yeah, he's going to be the same. Well, you should be throwing Gimbutsu first, especially in Harrison's position. It was a bit of a
Obviously.
question there for Kevin as to whether you do it, but this makes perfect sense how this ended up getting played.
So that's gonna be a break of the hand for Kevin. West drops. And we're gonna
Two
be
players,
Ryukyoku
Senpai.
again.
And everyone
Brian will
sees the pretty Chanta, and Big Chanta's lies continue. Never wins, terrible hand.
can't talk
And
can't talk about Big Chanta like that when you've got me in the booth and you've got Ty running
that's
the draw.
why I'm talking it that way. We just see the Shaw being called. This looks like a Honitsu, maybe just Haku Dora 1. Would love to get Honitsu and a Dora in here as well. On the right, very nice Pinfu hand. Nice floaters. The 6-mon would really help. Across the way, kind of a Pinfu hand, but really messy. 1-2-3 Sanshoku, maybe even Junshan in there. And on the left, similarly mediocre Pinfu and not terrible. The most annoying part is that floating 9 so, which normally is an issue, but it's Dora here.
In Brian's position, Brian might be going for Honitsu here. I would have been questionable
Brian's
about
not
it
even
at 4.
considering anything else. That 5-mon cut is a full commit to it. The only thing he might ever back into is if he draws maybe 1-pin or 3-pin brute force the Chanta, because he has gone for a lot more than most players I've seen.
Sometimes when I see that Honitsu draw, I'm a little bit questionable myself because the Ryanman shape I feel is very strong.
Ooh, East pair up. That is all the value here. Especially in a Chanta, Haku, but we have a Dama on the right. This is a terrible weight, looking especially for a 6 or a 9 so. That there's Hindarichi, Pinfu, Ipeiko, and maybe even Dora 2.
That would be quite the stack, and it's a good Dama there.
Well, there are
Calls
just
into the
so many upgrades. It's hard to state how wide that shape is.
across the table. We've got a shot at 1-2-3 Sanshoku.
3 so, delivering Ishanten now for Brian with a monster hand here.
Lots of potential. Dora could find something with that East or White Dragon. Also stacking on top of it, Chanta.
1-2-3 Sanshoku trying across the way. There's the great draw. That's a slam every time. And it is now Richi, Pinfu, and either Ipeiko or Dora will always have 3 Han.
Reach waiting for the 6-9, so that now interesting draw with the 5 so there. Dropping green.
Well, you just don't want to throw the 5 just yet, and it's not like the Hatsu does anything here. It's 2 out. It's by far the safest tile, and that's going to come out now. Waiting on the 7, so the problem is there's only 1. It's across the way. If this is a fold, it could cause a deal in, but there are enough safe tiles. You don't have to throw the 7 just yet.
Four
So
pin's
6,
gonna
9
drop.
still by far the stronger weight here. The only way this happens is if Kevin decides to trust Genbutsu, and that 5-so should immediately throw signs that that's a push. And it looks Honitsu already, so I don't think it ever comes. Let's see, how many 6-9 do we have left? 1 9-so and 1 6-so.
Gonna be hard to draw. Do you call the Paku there if that comes out?
I don't think so. You're already waiting on Genbutsu. The 9-so's so bad here. Oh,
There's
speaking of
another 9,
9-so.
so. Well, that's never gonna come out of Harrison's
There's the
hand.
Sumo Reach. Sumo, Pinfu, Ipeiko. 4 Han here. Big chances for Aura 2 doesn't get able to pick up 13-26 and jump out of the big lead. What did I say? Big Chanta's lies continue.
Something I also like to say, 420 is the biggest scam in Ricci Mahjong.
No, the biggest Ricci in Mahjong is 425 on Roto, on Roto Chitoi.
9-mon comes out. How are these hands looking to begin? Already a call for the Chuns on the left side by Brian.
Yeah, it just looks like a quick hand trying to get 1 Han, move things along. Didn't really see any value in this hand. Just try and get anything you can. Dealer with a very nice hand, but it's kind of slow compared to these others. On the right, we see the East call. Messy shapes, but similarly just looking for a quick hand. Across the way, possible Itsu. And the 4-6 is a really frustrating draw. Makes the hand really hard to maneuver with. Dealer now Ishunten. Could take a perfect Ishunten and will.
Perfect Ishanten, 1-mon, 4-7 pin, 6-8-9, so.
Yeah, tons of routes to Tempai here. And it's not like these other hands are bad. We see Kevin here now with a very nice E-shunt. And interesting he cuts the Shaw there. There are 2 of them out, so it's pretty useless to hold it. It is safe entry. And now we have Tempai 4-7. There's a decent chance that 7 comes out if Matthew hits either of these Onko.
Decision up there.
Wu could
Ooh.
switch to Tonki, but I wouldn't. And interesting there that the 9 is cut. There are some other routes here, but he's just going to take the shift, not throw the more dangerous 6. And there's the Sumo, so it doesn't end up mattering.
Draw it
300,
yourself,
500.
Chun. Draw it yourself, Chun, 1 Han. On to East
All
3
right.
now. Kevin's the
Kevin
dealer.
going to be dealer. Yeah, looks like Pinfu, maybe an Itsu and Monzu. An 8-mon would really help. 3-mon would really help. On the right, we have a Shaw Onko, but it doesn't really do much. You want to brute force something out of this, but it's probably just Richidora 1. Great shapes. The problem is the bad shape is the 8-9 pin. Ideally, just pair the door up and don't worry about it. You already see 2 of them, especially across. That is building towards a Chi-Toy or a Toy-Toy, some sort of pair-based hand. And on the left, we see the East pair. That may just be call and go. There's no real value in it, so you might as well go fast, unless you get greedy for Onitsu.
I was reading a book that said the line for Honitsu Greed is 10, at least 10 tiles of 1 suit and the honors. The throw of Chun there, kind of throwing a little bit of wrench and going for Honitsu. So I think this is just a quick build and go hand.
Yeah, speaking of cursed discards, we have the 9-so backfiring. It would be Ishunten for Chitoitsu, but that's what tends to happen. Definitely not one of my favorite hands. I am notoriously terrible at going for Chitoitsu.
G-Toy is such a fun one to walk because I feel like my draws just never hit with G-Toitsu. However,
See,
the
that's
pairs...
not fun. There are about 18 other words I could have used, most of which I can't use on stream to describe Chitoy, and you're summarizing it perfectly. But somehow you're enjoying the suffering.
The pairs are kind of like a Shanten counter, so if you want to pivot away from Chi-Toy, then you have to make sure you're not blocking back Shanten. We could see a con here of the Shaw. Yep.
Now the interesting decision here is that does lose a potential head. If you end up drawing, say, 6-so, 9-so, or 1-mon, 4-mon, you will end up on a Tonki here.
call for East.
Oh, well, that fixes the problem. You do have a potential for E10, though, so you may not even take it, but we'll do so at least for now. There are routes back to this on a Hornet, too, if you get really greedy.
I wouldn't mind take Fur 10 here because this is a 3-sided weight, so you might have a decent chance of drawing the tile you need.
And, of course, the Shaw is equivalent of a Yaku itself with all that food there. 32 on the closed con, of course. 3-mon, that would be Tempai if it gets discarded.
Gonna take a bit to decide.
Well, it is the door indicator and says, well, I thought that might happen.
10 waiting for the
6-9
6-9 mon.
would be Ton Door 1.
Well, there's another pair.
Yeah, it's Chitoy, and the 6 may come out here. Throws the 8 first. Oh, there's the 9 pair up. This is not Tempai. Harrison just kind of stuck here. And, we see a call here going for the Toy. The 6 will definitely come out unless there's a dealer Ricci at some point.
There is a quadruplet of the 5 cells. Not gonna con that quite
Ooh,
yet.
that's a really good draw at that 1 pinch. You definitely cut the 8, because now you can get a 2 and have Itsu. You pair up the 2 or the 3, and you're just Tempai, and can even Dama if you want.
6-mon comes out.
But, yeah, we knew it was going to come out at some point. Tone Door 1, and we move to East 4.
On to East 4. Harrison draws a pair of off wins. Another thing of off wins for Brian.
Yeah, Harrison with a nice hand here. Not really value, though, because you're very likely to have Shampoo and 1-mon non. But maybe now you get to the 1 through the Shansku. That 2-mon's a really good draw for this hand. On the right, though, that is going to be the blocker because we have 3 1-so and they're not budging. Possible Swanko routes eventual, possible Chitoy routes. Interesting hand, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Across the way, Peen Fu needs a 3-pin or a 5-pin badly, and on the left, definitely Peen Fu Tanyao. And now Ishan Pin for Ichi Pin Fu Tanyao for Kevin, which is
another pair drawn. Dama waiting on the Sanzo. Chitoy. Fastest Chitoy ever with Dora 2.
Yeah, looking for a better weight here, especially when that 1-so comes out. You don't really want to give away that you've cut 4, 1 waiting on 3, because it really does look like you have a pair lock-in or some weird hand like a Chitoy.
Waiting for a better weight.
1 left, though. This probably isn't the play.
Can you truly have a better weight than Sanzo, though?
Well, there are 2 of them in the wall, so it's awfully tempting. 6-mon is terrible.
6-mon is terrible, but especially it's not the Sanzo.
Interesting choice here for Matthew. Do you chi the 6? It does give that hand a lot more Tanya routes. If you don't take it, you're kind of giving up on the hand. So I probably would, but at the same time, you're just never going to have any value.
That stuff was tapped no almost right away. It looked like he didn't even have the option to call.
Yeah, I think he didn't have calls on.
Yeah.
This is also why I hate not having calls. Oh, there's our temp wave. Double weight on 3-so.
Could be double run if Harrison chooses to put down that 3-so. I doubt it ever comes out.
I don't think it comes out, but what may happen is the 3 switch here for Ipatsu. There it is. Ricci, Ipatsu, Tanyao. Figuring the 8-pin's probably pretty good here on the wall. But, the Ura for the Mongon. Kevin going to jump out way up there, almost into first place. That's what I was concerned about. This is the issue with these tiles is if they're dangerous to you and you're a little scared looking for some sort of improvement, if someone reaches in front of you, you have a good chance of dealing a pot. So it's exactly what happened there.
Brian did not believe in the Sanzo and got punished. So we're starting to see which branch of Ricci cults has paid the most for tonight's table.
Definitely feel like Sanzo doing pretty well, but this is Brian. We're in South Round now. How's the Haku pair going to call it? We're going to greed for any Sangens? Nope. Not Dai Sangen or Sho Sangen. On the right, nice little Tanya hand. But in the meantime, across the way, we have a Ricci. Ricci Nomi on 2-pin. I kind of wonder about that Ricci. There are a lot of upgrades here. I'm not a huge fan of this.
Definitely.
Oh, like that Ipeiko would have been one of them.
Definitely could have waited on Ipeiko. in the Milwaukee club, there is one player that does especially like going for first row Ricci to scare the other players at the table. I feel like when you're at A1, where people are able to read a lot better, then the row that you Ricci on doesn't make as much of a difference.
Well, part of it is it's just really hard to defend against the first Horichi. So what happens in A1 especially is people may just shove if they don't have any better ideas. Alternatively,
Like
dealer may just shove anyway.
Brian's just gonna shove here.
Ishan 10 needs a 2-so and a 4-pin or a 6-pin. Being a
Interesting.
4-6, that fits in nicely. Probably the 3-4 or the 6-7. No, continues with the 4s.
Don't say those numbers ever again.
Well, there's a 7. This is a very good chi if you take it, but may not be facing this again. Okay, I think Matthew's just out at this point, and we have a Tenpai for 2-so for dealer here for Hakunomi.
Hakunomi, waiting on the 2-so. Well, there's 2-pin. Which side do you
can
choose?
tell he
One of
doesn't
them's
like
death and you
it, but
choose the
shoves it
death
anyway,
side.
and this is the advantage of just taking the reach. You shut down the here, the aura, it's nice, 2,600, and the stick back. That's going to be first place for now. Matthew in second now, starts with an amazing hand that is not double reachy, but it's really close.
Ishanten 6-8 shape is really good with the Sozu 3-3-4 pin.
Well, it's not that the 6-8's that great a shape, but it's this waiting on Dora, and now we're Tenpai waiting on Dora. Is his Richi Chun Dora 1. Of course, Sumo would be extra food, but it wouldn't matter because it'd be Mongon anyway on Sumo. On the right of it, Ipatsu break. The problem is the rest of his hand is a complete mess, so I don't like this. You stop the dealer from hitting Ipatsu, but what's your plan afterwards? I feel the draw is just worth a lot more when you have so little info.
Really interesting calling for that 3-4-5. It was written out in 136 that it's not particularly helpful to call to break Ipatsu. I also think Kobayashi Go said something about that in Super Digital Mahjong.
There are times to do it, but it's when you know you can safely get to the end of the hand. And I don't know about you, but I don't know how to defend very well against a Rotu Richi.
Dropping that east could be a start. It definitely looks like
if it's taken would have to throw the 6. Will do so. And this is the problem: is if people don't know what they're going to do, they're just going to fight this early. This is Tenpai 5-pin 8-mon.
Kevin is trying to
we
put
might see a
together that
switch here. Nope, throws the safe 6.
there's that 7-so. 4-so.
That's a
Gotta
really
think
bad
about
tile, but throws it anyway.
Harrison's going for quite the shove here.
Harrison just doesn't really have any other plans and gets rewarded for
Harrison
it.
wins it.
Tanya Dora 1 just powered up the hand by Sunso. What can you say?
And Harrison gets closer to that 30k line into South 3 now.
Yes,
this
Kevin's
is the
going to be dealer here. South pair up.
Brian's situation being being a little bit into last place. This is the exact situation where I very much dislike being the first dealer.
Well, you still have options, and remember, your goal at this point can always just be keep some under 30k. So, especially with the Armo rules, it is a different situation than either tournament or ladder play.
There's a draw for the Sanzo to get up to 3 pairs. I'll start cutting away at that 8-9 Monty shape.
Unfortunate backfire there for Kevin with the 8-pin. Just planning to call us south and get out of this hand. Nothing fancy here. On the right, looks like a pinfu that is actually Ishanten. That is a stupidly wide Ishanten, and I have even more options on it. Interesting. I actually don't like the 9 there, just because I wouldn't mind pairing up Dora and slamming the Shumpon.
9 so would have been would have been great. I was thinking 2-pin instead, looking at that hand.
You do give up the Peiko on the 2, which is the issue, but especially if you're reading Monzu being cheap, keeping the 5, 6, 7, 8 makes sense. Across the way, Pinfu getting fairly close as well, but speaking of close, dealer is Tenpai on 2-pin. On the left, that is kind of a mess, hoping to maneuver at some sort of low Tanyao, but it's just unlikely. You have 2 Dora, the hand just isn't cooperating. Maybe brute force a Tanyao with that 9-so cut.
Ryan draws the Haku. 2-pin. With a 2-pin, it's not on the wall. Harrison and Matthew have all of the remaining 2
This
pins, so
should be a
you're
chi every time. This should always be a chi. Yeah,
take
go
that
for the
chi.
Tanya Dora 2. Oh, there's the upgrade. Now it's a 2-5, which is much better.
Much better. Now you have some 5 pins you can draw from the wall.
That is not Tenpai. It actually has too many pairs and not enough completed blocks. Kind of an awkward situation. Might even go 9-mon, 9-mon. Nope, throws the Haku. Says, I don't believe you.
I kind of like throwing Haku because that leaves the door open for Pinfu. Haku pair would deny it in the Fu count.
Yes, you would lose Pinfu if you keep the Haku, but I feel this is one where it may just be trying to max value out of it, but it's really hard to get anything. I almost feel Richi Haku's a better play there. Oh, Tenpai on the left. This is 3-6-mon for Tanyao Dora 2. And there's a
Richi by
Richi, but the
Harrison.
Chi does deal in, and that's going to be the south. So just 1,500, but will be a repeat. Hatsu pair, a whole bunch of Sozu tile. Would really like to Honitsu. Oh, the 9 gets called. This could be a Shaw across the way. Maybe Honitsu, but seems unlikely. With 2 Dora, you don't need anything fancy. Cutting the 2, so not immediately giving up. And okay, we're just getting action after action here. Deer here looking to get the Hatsu would be Tenpai. On the right, Pinfu, maybe an Itsu, maybe an Ipeiko. 4-pin would be the most obvious upgrade. On the left, well, that is a combination of tiles that in normal situations wouldn't be that bad. But here it's bad. Just because everyone else is so much faster.
This table's looking like one of those call centers from the 1970s when you would have to call up the call center and tell them what number you're trying to reach, and so they would have to connect the wires manually.
Oh, yes. Well, I have been guilty more times than I like to admit of just actively, aggressively calling to force the rest of the table to respond.
And what's happened then? What is the bad side of that?
So what happens is there are two good. There's a good thing, which is everyone calls and then it just turns into a complete disaster for everyone because no one knows what they're doing, which is the ideal answer, chaos. The other one is everyone just tightens up and I run over the table. The problem is when 1 or 2 people call and another person gets time to build that big hand.
So while everyone's calling, you could quietly sit there building that hand.
If they give you time, ooh, speaking of big hands, that is a 3rd Dora across the way. This is Shaw Honitsu Dora 3, Ishan 10.
Is this enough to put Brian into 3rd?
Shaw Honitsu Dora 3, it's Hanemon, absolutely. A direct hit would even overtake 1st, I believe. Well, it'd overtake 1st into 3rd, you'd be 2nd there. Tenpai.
That's Tenpai. Waiting for the
3-mon, and it's very loose here.
It's in everyone else's hand, but so is the last hand. Is that an upgrade?
No.
No, okay. It's 3-mon is very much an
important issue here. By waiting this long, you're telling people you're Tenpai. That is a mistake by Brian because it means you can't read the weight properly. So if you already kind of look Honitsu and then you stall on the 8 there, especially that long, I guarantee you everyone at this table noticed that. You see even the pause here, Harrison saying the Hatsu all of a sudden looked really scary. But it comes out and it's actually Dealer who has it waiting 3-6, so. Oh, there's the 6!
6-0, drop. Kevin's gotta take it. Hatsunomi breaking the big hand by Brian, and Brian's gonna have to keep searching to find a way to get back in this table. And continuing South 3, Kevin repeat 2.
And Kevin just calling anything for these simple one-hot hands. Very good strategy as dealer. Can definitely pay off. Those home by add up quickly. On the right, Pinfu hand. You have the Shaw Anko, but it may end up getting slimmed down. Possibly Peiko and Manzu, also floating 9 Madora. Across the way, that feels Tanya. I don't even like the 1-mon pair. I think it just goes out. There are Chi-Toy routes here, but I feel they just cheapen the hand a lot. On the left, Haku pair may just be call and go, especially with a loose Haku in dealer's hand.
8-so draw, and gonna see if... Oh, holding on to the Haku for a little bit drops the 6-mon.
Well, the 6-mon doesn't do a whole lot here. You already have a pair. It's really hard to use the 8s as anything other than a pair when you already cut the 9 like this.
Hatsu draw gonna drop out. Route to Tanya. I'll possibly stack Pinfu on top of that for Brian.
Yeah, I said I didn't like the 1-mon, and sure enough, they do end up getting cut right on schedule.
2-mon, gonna see that come out.
It doesn't fit at all. The 2-4-4-5 is a bad shape in a hand that really doesn't need it. The plan here is just still call Haku Dora 1. Also needs the 7-mon really badly, though.
Draws the 1-so anyways. I believe this is Ishan 10 for
This is,
Harrison.
yeah, super wide Ishan. He's trying to decide whether he wants to keep the Dora or take the wider shape. Keep the door, yeah, throws the door, keeps the wider Ishanten. This is Tempai on so many tiles.
What is the play gonna be for Brian? Brian's gotta throw down the stick here, right?
It's Tanyao only, Ricci Tanyao. I don't think he has to. I don't even, yeah, and I hate this.
Oh.
This is one where there are so many upgrades to Ricci Pinfu Tanyao Ipeiko that I think this is perfect. Like that. Well, that's not, that's not Ipeiko, but it does give the Pinfu, and the weight's a lot better.
Waiting on the 4-7 pin, Ricci, Tanya,
Tempai,
Ipeiko.
Harrison going to chase. 5-8
Ricci waiting.
versus 4-7 pin.
Gonna be
Oh, there's
fun.
a 4 reach.
Across the 4 pin.
Oh, and the
Sancho.
Sanchoku. I missed the hidden 3.
Hanemon for Brian.
Yeah, that's going to be
Brian
huge
is back
pickup.
in this. Taking second place with that Hanemon. Little bit under the taking third place. Little bit under the 30k line, but it's a lot better than that 4th he was in just a few moments ago.
And yeah, this is why you don't take the Ricci Tanyao. Is there were a ton of upgrades. You didn't just have shape upgrades. You had Ipeiko upgrades. The Sanchoku upgrade that we obviously didn't notice. There are so many value choices there that I think just not taking the Tempai is by far a better choice. But dealer here, Ishunten for Chitoitsu. On the right, kind of a Pinfu hand, but has a few too many pairs. 2-so would really help. 6-pin would really help. Across the way, kind of a mess. Slow Pinfu hand, 1-3. You really want the Dora 4, cut the 1 later. And on the left, yuck. Dealer, by far the strongest hand here, and the hand on the right is also decent.
I have had situations before where I looked at my hand and said, oh, disgusting. Then I end up building around it and reaching on the middle row.
Well, if you just draw everything, that's all you need to do. We did a very interesting and more important play by
Menchan shape from that ugly hand with a shot at Itsu.
Yeah, but the problem is the rest of the shapes are still terrible. Very important that Harrison noticed the 1 pin was 2 out and switched off of it here. This is still Chitoitsu. I feel, and there it is. That's just Tempai. The question is, do you reach this? And I would. I just cut the 6 and Ricci here. I feel the 8 isn't that bad. I'd be surprised that 2 of them are out.
Ricci waiting on the 8 pin.
This is Ricci Chitoi. And as mentioned, there is only 1 left in the wall.
Harrison trying to find his way out of that 4th position.
And we can see the last. Oh, there's the last 8. That may just get locked in that hand because it needs a pair. terrible situation for Harrison, but would the 1-mon be any better? No, it's 1 out. It's not any better than this 8-pin. With the information he has, I think this is definitely the right play.
Mahjong is a game of limited information, and it's always fun when you're in club waiting on something and you get to draw. You're like,
Uh-oh,
who's got
hold
my
on.
tiles?
Very important. We might see a deal in if the Itsu gets drawn.
Oh,
On the right, that is a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if the 9 or 4 are drawn, they should be a Richi, Pinfu, Itsu, Dora 1 shape, but it would have to cut the 8-pin and deal in first.
I would imagine you can.
You see enough
Yeah,
of the
that-
1s, you can probably just throw the 3 here. You are a little concerned with the Richi Suji on the 2-4, but it doesn't feel Penchon. If it's Ryoncon, I think you just have to pay it out. The hand's too good. Oh, there's a 4. We might even see a
There's
call
a Dora.
here and deal in, but
Ooh,
Force does manage to
doesn't
dodge it.
call.
You're seeing, wait a second, why am I not seeing any Pinzu? That's a really scary suit, but very disciplined play there.
4-mon's
1
gonna
so
drop.
doesn't do anything, so yeah, it gets tossed. He's not the Kabe with the 2 so on that. Oh, and now it's Suji. The 8 looks so good, and here it comes! This has to be 8-pin. There's no way he gets away from this, does he?
Brian, you have to make it.
There
No!
it is. Takes the
Okay.
Dama, Richi Chitoy.
Richi Chitoy 2,
No
no
aura,
auras.
but it is a direct hit, and that's going to move Harrison into 3rd place there. And, well, that's a starting hand. More Chitoy. I think the pay is actually a pretty big mistake here. This should always be the 9-pin. Because, A, it's a better Chitoy tile, and B, you have a Honitsu right here.
Isn't Harrison notable for hating on Chitoy?
Well, he may hate it, but it's just a better option because if you pair up the pay, you just call for the Yakuhai Honitsu, or maybe even you get Lucky Toy Toy in there.
Across the way, we have a shot at a full flush.
Oh, this 9. Interesting. The 9 is passed, so that would have moved the hand forward, but did not want to cut this Dora. Very heavily valuing the Dora here. And yeah, that hand across looks like it's going to go for Itsu Chinitsu.
That's a stack for a guaranteed Hanemon.
But it needs some very specific tiles, so seems unlikely to me. Oh, Dora pair up. This is an interesting choice. We'll cut the 6. This gives up on the Toy, but is the widest Ishanten.
Especially with Dealer, you kind of want to greed for those
I
bigger
bet you
hands.
the opponent. This
No.
is Tempai. Cut the non. Waiting on 7-pin.
Called by
for
Brian on the
Kinitsu
south.
only. Now, there's no way that hand should be Tempai yet. Oh, that is Tempai if it is taken. Would have to throw the 3 and will do so. Waiting on 3 so. Of course, there's 2 of those locked up in Harrison's hand. They're probably not coming out. At least not yet. Oh, there's a 7 going to deal into the Chinitsu. You can see he hates it. He's tempted not to, but I think you just have to shove this. And there it is.
There it is.
Chinitsu deal in 8,000. Drops way down there. Matthew with the comeback there. Picks up the first place here. That's going to end this game. Over 40,000. 25.4. Going to jump up. Way up. I believe that's 3rd place. No, it's 2nd. It's going to be 4th place still. But regardless, Kevin 2nd there, 10.9. Harrison minus 7.7, winning that Chitoy. And just some unfortunate deal ends on the end there for Brian. He has these great hands, but that loose tile deals in. And it feels like that's kind of been how his whole season's been. He's going to drop into the demotion zone now.
Brian falling into 13th place. Steve is gonna overtake Brian. Round the way, Harrison, Kevin, I believe, will be staying in the points positions. Brian coming down into the demotion zone. We were having a conversation earlier about how the talent has been coming up with A1 and A2, that we've kind of been calling it. A2 is basically A1 at this point.
Looks like we just got the updates on the score here, so these are now up to date. And of course, that guy in first, never heard of him. But
Never heard of
here
him.
at this table,
Who is Arthur? Who is Arthur? I only know Korek.
yeah, I don't know. I hear he's some weird player. Don't worry about it. But overall, we
Arthur,
have
like from the PBS show.
the Fonzarelli. I guess that's even dated now. That was dated when I was born. But let's see. Matthew in fourth place off that win, going to make a play for these. He's been one of the more consistent players in top 4 almost every season. A really rough last one, managed to avoid demotion, but previous to that, he'd been top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4 over and over. Kevin and Harrison, though, both in decent positions. Very important Harrison ends up with some points this season if he wants to get into the title match, because it looks like the cutoff's going to be 16 points. If not, then whoever gets second this season, be it Claire or me, will end up in that position. Barring, of course, someone storming up, jumping way up, and both of us getting past.
Anyone most likely to do that. Game started. Fun-looking hand for Matthew.
Yeah, floating the door here as Ipeko, great shapes here. No pair yet, but with a 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, you have all sorts of options here. Oh, what a draw, the 4-so. Perfect fill there on the right. Actually a decent hand. No real value there, though. Across the way, looking for the Itsu, but it feels a little slow. And on the left, that is a few pairs, but not too much. Dealer in complete control of this hand.
Always go for Rishi Tanya Pinfu when you're able to. Draws the 4-so.
That's just Tempai.
That's just Tenpai. You got
the 6. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Richi Pinfu Tanyao, 3-6 pin. Of course, the 3-6 is actually very eaten up here. Is it dead? It's dead.
It's okay. That's fun.
It's actually dead.
It's dead like the way Korek
not like, hey,
it.
there's one left. It just, there are 8 of them. It's not coming out and someone discards it.
The way Korek screamed that is how I imagine they play American Mahjong. Wow, that is unfortunate luck.
There's nothing you do about it, and no one really has an incentive to challenge Dealer with these garbage hands. So I imagine this goes to a draw with just Dealer Tempai. This is the type of draw that might incentivize Brian to push, but he's just going to think about it and cut the 999. There's no reason to expose yourself here. And again, just everyone has the same incentive. No one should be fighting this. There's a Dora draw. Any questions you've had, of course, you see the 3 of them out, so it doesn't matter that you draw the Dora.
Harrison, gotta think. Drops the 8-so. Oh, Kevin found Tenpai?
Well, with the Kabe on the 8, the 9 feels pretty fine here. It is just Pinfu here, waiting 6-9 mon. Also, not going ahead and reach you because this is waiting on the Genbutsu 9, expecting it may come out here on the left.
There's a draw of the 2 pin.
There it is!
Nostradamus Korek.
Dama Pinfu was just the most logical cut from that hand if you don't want to push a middle Pinzu. I think you have to end up cutting the 9-9 there. But Harrison going to be dealer here. Couple pairs, not much here, honestly. On the right, Hatsu pair up, can just call and go. Across the way, I mean, the 4-5-6 helps a lot. You have 2 completed runs, but the floating tiles are terrible. And on the left, maybe an Itsu and Pinzu. There are some distant routes to Junchon, but really you're just hoping to pair a door up and not worry about it. The problem is it's not going to happen because it's pretty locked on the right. They're all dead. They are all dead now. That is the last Hatsu. Going to be held for now. The thing is, Kevin has the option of using the Hatsu as the pair, and interestingly goes ahead and cuts the 2 here. There's a little more acceptance. We do also have the option to Dama and Ipeko on a 2-so or 3-so draw.
San Menchan draw across the way for Brian, putting down the 4 pin. Gotta keep that 9 mon for later.
Yeah, headless unless you include the Ariamna. And there's our Tempai waiting on Sanzo. Will Dama is Ipeko Dora 2 waiting on 3-so. And there it is! Just immediately rewarded. Praise Sanzo.
Ipeco Dora 2 takes 5,200 from Matthew across the way. Into East 3, Kevin looking to be the big leader right now. Not quite over 40k yet, but in pretty good control of this table.
Really annoying shapes here for Kevin. I feel his hand either turns into 608 Sanchiku or goes nowhere, and usually goes nowhere. On the right, a much better hand, looks like a Richipin Futanyao hand. Across the way, maybe an Itsu in Manzu also has a 79 Sanchiku route and a floating door. The question is, how's that door going to fit in? That's going to be the joke point of that hand. On the left, few pairs, maybe just call a few times to get Tanyao, because it's going to be very hard to get close. Oh, well, there's our Dora prep. That solves the problem Matthew had. You might even just be able to get the 79 Sancho go along with it. I imagine if an 8 Mon or 8 So comes, you just take it.
North is gonna get dropped. Pairs up the 8 so now you have double.
Oh,
8,
there's
9,
Zora.
8.
That's a call.
Take
Don't have to
the
think too hard
Mongon
about
and
Dora.
run. Take the
Yeah, now
Mongon and run.
everyone goes, uh-oh. And there's
Call
a
that.
call. This still does not have a pair, so it's not as close as it actually looks. It's still 2 Shunten.
But it is a game of limited information, so is anyone's alert radar going off quite yet?
You see a penchant, so I'd be reading this is Shunten, with mediocre shapes. Not good shapes, but mediocre shapes. Maybe a pair, Rionman and a Kanchan. Something along those lines.
5-6 Rion men. What's the play going to be here by Brian?
Well, you don't really have any defense, and there goes the 3. This is actually going to be a call, but you're going to be floating headless here. And now you have to think it's temp. Like anything near the 5 so is terrifying. I would even just go 6-8 Mon here.
Completes that 5-6-7.
Of course, we know that the 8 would actually help.
This is 10 pi for Brian, but I don't think he's going to throw down the stick here.
Wow,
He
just goes and
waiting
throws
for
it
the
by
7 Mon.
5. Riichi Tanya, very aggressive play. That's definitely a Naga type play. That's the I don't believe you have the goods, and in this case is correct.
I don't believe you. Throws down the stick. Show me what you got.
And meanwhile, I have Ishantan on the left, actually very close to Riichi Pinfu Tanya there for Harrison.
Another 2 so's gonna drop.
Can't really use it though. This should be passed. Oh, there's the 7. Going to hold it for now, and yeah, that looks like Harrison's giving up on this.
Harrison pulling. Oh!
Just as I say that, he tries to get back in. He's reading something about that 7. Probably just figures Upper Monzu are terrible against the Riichi. Isn't even really considering the Honitsu hand here.
Gonna try to take the Tanya here. Triplet of the 8 so for
Senpai,
Kevin.
waiting on 9 so.
Waiting on 9 so. 2 of them are across the board. I don't think those will come out if you try to build this hand normally. So there's only 1 9 so left in the wall.
Trying to decide where the switch is.
There's another 7 Mon.
And somehow gets Tempai off of this. We'll have to throw, what, the...
5 Mon?
Yeah.
Well, 8 Mon also.
Well, you definitely not throw the 5 if given the choice here.
Waiting on 3 6 pin for Harrison.
Which is Genbutsu, so he figures it has a decent chance of coming out. Now, that 3 Mon is safe because it was called, but it's safe against the Riichi. It may not be safe against the Mongon, but it is, and shoves it. And there's the 9.
So.
It's Suji. This may come out. It is live, though, so you're kind of wondering, wait, why is this live? He's thinking about it. And there it goes.
Haku, Dora 3. Harrison deals into a landmine. That's got to put Matthew back over the 30k line, back into this game in second place. Into East 4 now.
All right, Brian Dealer here has a Hatsu pair, maybe call and go. The shapes aren't great, but they're flexible and callable. On the right, we have an East pair, maybe similarly call and go. Speaking of call and go across the way, the 1 Mon says, I want the Haku.
Another call by Harrison.
Brian says, sure, I have one of those. Take this. is rewarded for his generous donation with a Dora, can cut the 8 mon or the 2 pin here, goes to the 8 mon. And that's just Tempai. What?
That's not Senpai.
What? Huh?
Drops the
Huh?
2 4-pins.
Okay, gets
Gotta take
rewarded
Senpai with the
for it. Is now
2-so
Tempai on the
instead.
2-so. I don't understand this at all, but he gets away with it. Oh, okay. He just read the wall, apparently.
Harrison, with that 12,000 level foresight, waits on the 2-so instead and draws it himself.
Okay, he's been listening too much to Dustin, because I guarantee you that would Sanso adjacency theory in action. So I will have to get after him for that. That was absurd, but I guess it worked out. Regardless, though, we're in South Round, though, and Matthew is dealer.
Hey, Clippers, if you're awake, clip that. Pair of Hatsu for Matthew.
Yeah, Parahatsu playing here is call and go, eventually get the 7 mon and the 7 pin. From the 7 pin are kind of getting eaten up on the left here. Another pair here. You might dream Suanko now. On the right, maybe an Itsu. Interesting there because you have the 9 pair. So not going to cut anything in Monzu yet. I like that. Across the way, Chevrolet has a floating 9, but the rest of the hand's a bit of a mess. There we see the 8 pin. Definitely want some sort of Hatsu in this hand. May also get Toy Toy from it. We'll see what ends up happening.
9-so should be a fast drop here. Gonna drop
There's
Hatsu
Tempai
instead. That's an
waiting
easy
on
call.
the 7 mon. Yeah, you always take that. Of course, it does have extra foo. Will be 3,900 for anyone who deals into it.
7 mon is being
Con
one is
should be Con. There it is. 3 Dora. Okay, now the tables get a little scared. And boy, you look at that pawn. Those Monzu are terrifying.
that 7 mon is gonna be tough to draw out of anyone's hand when you're the feared player at the table.
Yeah, Dora Penchun shape. The 8 mon and the 9 mon are both really bad tiles. I don't think they should ever come out.
Is it too? I saw the 3-so draw there. Is it too late to make a shift and try to do some kind of 3-sided there?
Yes, because Tempai with Mongon is just Tempai with Mongon. Alternatively, you can always just pair up the 8 or 9 and you're just Toy Toy on top of everything else. We see a call here with the 1.
A lot of calls going around.
These look like awkward plays for K10. Tempai without an actual Yaku to try and get Tempai payments at the end, but ugh. So those 7 mon, there are still 2 left. Matthew, of course, looking for them.
Harrison completes the 5, 6, 7 there. Shanten.
That would be Tempai if it is taken. Doesn't want to, though.
I think that's a full fold. 3, 4, 5 gets completed across the way for Kevin.
Yeah,
Gotta cut away from those 1 pins. That's a fold.
There's
Everyone's
the
too scared.
sumo.
Draws
I
the
figured it
7
could
mon.
happen. Dora 4,
Dora 4.
going to be Mongon either way, 3 or 4. Matt's going to jump out into a big lead here, especially after having won the first game of this series.
Big lead for Matthew. Gotta keep the dealership going. Quick call for the Green Dragons by Brian.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that's the value hand on the left. Now we see double Yakuhai, probably Honetsu in the Dora suit as well. You have a pretty decent hand here as well. Ritzy Pinfu, maybe Peiko. On the right, looks kind of cheap, but reasonably fast. And now it just moves towards Chito at that 7-mon draw. Maybe you get any Peiko and go normal, but it's Chito Shunten. Across the way, couple pairs, 3 of them. The hand just not that good to maneuver with. The 3-pin helps, but really your best route's Itsu, and that's a long way from Itsu.
Matthew pairs up the Haku, so Haku drop will probably be a call and run, unless if you're really fearing Brian's hand.
Been unfortunate there for Harrison. He wanted that 2-so weight, but with 2 of them out, it's just not a good tile, and throws it now.
That is 5 pairs for Harrison.
Yeah, he's Chito Ishan. The one pin is also Dora, so
Boom.
you're definitely going to hold on to it if you have the option, as can be evidenced here.
Call by Brian.
That is Ishanten for Hatsu Honitsu Dora 2. Tone is not a Yakuhai.
Pairs of the 3-pin here, drops the 6 so.
Ishanten.
That
This is a very wide Ishanten as well for Harrison, because
has
now
the
you can
ability.
end up with the Ipeiko.
But when you get into Ipeiko, that's gotta be canceled out because that would
You're
be
just going to
6
take the
pairs by
cheat
that point.
toy. At the same time, if you draw 9 so, you may end up just cutting the 2 and reaching, waiting on the 3. Uh-oh.
7-pin.
There's a deal in 2 deals and a cross for no Yaku, so that's actually fine. But it's also a scary tile with the 9-pin having overflowed from the Honitsu hand. That is Tempai if it's taken. Would be waiting on the last Haku. Will not do so.
Would have been interesting to take that because I imagine eventually Brian's gonna have to drop that Haku. There's another
Oh,
7-pin.
well, you can go Haku Haku and we'll do so.
Has a shot
This is
at
a potential-
Ipeiko.
Yeah, the Richi Pinfu Ipeiko, Ishanten. That's not it, but it does let you choose. We'll hold the Haku as a safe tile here.
I
One
don't
pin
imagine
pair up
Sanzo's pleased
across.
about that.
That's actually, is that? Yeah, that's Ishanten across the way.
Another Haku toss. Triplet of the 6 mons is gonna
That's
be
Tempai.
ignored.
This may just be a slam.
No
Nope,
throwdown
on a
of the
Dama.
Ricci stick. That is, I did see a lot of those tiles light up like it's December,
Yeah, it's a
though.
147. It looked like a 147. There are some misleading shapes in here. Oh, I think you cut the 8
Oh,
here.
you have to
even.
read. How do you read this?
1
Ricci waiting
That's
on the 1-5
5
pin.
pin, 1 pin.
Downgrades from a 3-sided to a 2-sided.
Once the door is shampooed really badly, but you could already won the 1 pin. I don't understand this at all. This is a hard read because of the 4 pin pone. The 147's crap when you know the 4's dead. So it didn't actually change the number of tiles from his position. At the same time, if you're going to Dama, just Dama. You figure you can't really squeeze the person that's called 3 times. So I just like the reach, even if you have garbage. But this is an
Harrison is cutting
amazing
away
weight.
from
I'm
that cheat
definitely
toy.
pressing the advantage. Says 5
Brian's
is
gonna
dead
have
and
a
1
fun
is
time
dead.
here. Having to fold with 5 tiles. I don't
Well,
think.
the 1 is safe. He's considering whether to cut. Yeah, just fold out. Okay, he's giving up on this. Interesting. Could have even considered calling that 6.
South will
But
come out. Ryukyoku for Kevin.
yeah, Brian never got there, so he just started playing a little more defensively there at the end. That floating door ended up squeezing everything.
Brian is in position to get even deeper into the relegation spot. Maybe not drop a spot, but get a little bit away from Oliver.
All right. Well, Harrison has a Pinfu type hand here. We'll have to cut one of these pairs. Imagine the 5 mon will come out eventually. On the right, it's a Pinfu hand, but kind of a messy one. As a floating South Dora, of course, as the double South, you'd love to pair that up and not have to think about the hand. Across the way, similarly, pretty standard Pinfu shape. And on the left, a whole bunch of Pinzu, but it's an Anko and 2 pairs. So it may end up just being Tanyao or even, dare I dream, Sanchiku Doko. But the 3 pin is passed. That's actually really interesting. I would never pass that 3. Because I just don't think that hand ever does anything if you don't call the 3.
6-0's gonna come out. There's a chance for Matthew here to do Honitsu. You have the 3-3-5 Manzu shape.
Yeah, but the
Honitsu
problem
maybe
is by passing the 3, now you just need 2 4s out of it instead, which is just yuck.
ポン
phone call by Brian.
Now the 5. And again, you're not in any
Boom.
better position here, and that would have come out anyway, I feel. Oh, there's an Ipeiko upgrade. That's a really nice draw there. Now the 3 4 4 5 5. Oh, well, there's the 4 you're looking for.
Pom.
Haku should be pawned. That is now Ishunta needs 2 3-mon or 5 8-mon. 4, I mean, it is an upgrade. We'll go ahead and take it here. We'll just go for the Taina, not greeting for the Chinitsu.
Dora's getting
Tempai.
killed off now.
Tempai across the way on 2 3-mon would be
3-mon is totally
Haku,
dead.
Honitsu.
3-mon is
Well,
totally dead.
if we see a 4-mon, it could definitely come out, but may end up just waiting 3-6 instead. 2-pin, going with a Kutsuki shape here. Feels the 1-pin kind of makes it useless. That does feel like a lock-in of the 3-mon pair, though. This hand's really stuck. Desperately needs the 2. And there's a Tempai waiting 3-6.
Waiting for 3-6. Chance at a double run here if Harrison wants to put on some cinema.
It would definitely be funny, but that doesn't seem like his type of game. 3, that would advance the hand, but that hand's so far from getting to Tempai. Goes ahead and makes the play, figures everyone's waiting on Monzu anyway, so I don't really care.
That 6-7 shape. Not gonna take it after having dropped the 8-pin twice.
So let's see. Let's look at these. The 6-mon is 3. Well, now it's 2 left, and this might be even a Dama. But in 4th place, I think you have to slam this. It's really awkward. We'll wait on the 8, so...
8-so is totally held by Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's not going to throw, but he throws the 5 first, so maybe the 8 comes out later. Because he's not throwing any Monzu, he might just run out of tiles.
He comes out. 9-pin.
9-pin's a much better cut than the 8
It looks
here.
so much safer.
We'll
and
throw
drops the
7 first,
7-pin.
though. Sees so many 5s and 6s. The 7 really only deals with a penchon. We have the same issue. If it's a penchon with the last 8-pin, it's like, sure, whatever. Oh, there's the 6. Steals it on the left. A Tanyao ends it. And that's just 1 Han as we move to South 3.
Moves the dealership around. Anytime you go for a big hand, a Tanya will always end it all.
It does. Tanya, a very strong hand. Very frustrating hand to play against, but that's the idea. And we have a nice double south here on the right. A few pairs for dealer, but kind of regular Pinfu type shape. South pair on the right, but actually 2 Onko. So you're dreaming of the Suanko at this point. But there's the call for the double south. Maybe Toy at least. Across the way, kind of a messy hand, a couple pairs, not too much else. And on the left, now have any Peiko shape in lower Sozu, and a Dora with the 8-9 Penchon waiting on 7 Dora indicator.
That's Tenpai waiting on the Chun.
I think that just comes out from... There it is.
Fast.
Double non, a bunch of foo. Still in 4th place. Will be dealer here in South 4.
Right.
And has a great starting hand. Wow. Kutsuki 2 away with the pair locked in, a run and double floater.
Brian's got a clutch up here and take a win. On
the right, we have Yuck. Pairs and bad shapes everywhere. You have 1 Dora, and that's it. Across the way, that's just Honetsu in Sozu. And on the left, the 8-pin really helps, but the hand looks very cheap. Best hand by far is dealer.
As if Matthew's starting hand couldn't get any worse, you have the 3-pair situation.
Well, that's one of those where I either decide I'm folding very early, or you just go Tanya and don't care.
Matthew is kind of incentivized to fold out here, having the decent-sized lead for 44,000.
Yeah, you're always a little scared of dealer making a play here. But, okay, yeah, just going Tanya. That was the route I kind of expected. That's the only way you can play. I feel Arbo players, just American players in general, are very aggressive. Don't like just the early, I'm giving up, this hand isn't really worth it. That they really like fighting, and if things get bad, then they might bail. The advantage here is not only do you advance your hand, you put pressure on the rest of the table to try and hurry up. Because, of course, Kevin would like to keep second and isn't that scared, but dealer definitely wants to speed up. And, of course, 4th place is now desperately scared.
The high calling and the high aggression in Armor is why I always love to watch it whenever I get the chance.
That's
1
Tempai. This is Ricci, Tanya, possible Dora.
Possible Dora waiting on the 3-6 pin. Not a. I don't think
Con should be a con. No reason not to.
Khan gonna flip another Ura indicator if this ends up winning.
And of course, some extra Fu as well if the Sumo's the 6 with no Ura.
Auto discard. Which side do you choose? Gotta drop the 7 mon instead.
Yeah, I definitely cut the 7 there. I don't want to get involved. We throw the safe tower, keep our Ishan. We don't have a Yaku. We don't really care. Without a Yaku, the hand is just pretty dead. I might even go 7 so. And yeah, that's the play here.
Gotta fold out here.
There just
That is-
aren't too many options. And that's going to be a chase for the Chitoi. Ricci, Tanya, Chitoitsu on 5 pin. There's one of the 3s drawn. So how is the 5? Is it dead? It's dead!
Everyone else has 5 pins. So Harrison's gonna have to rely on someone dropping that 5 pin.
So how's the 3-6? I see 2 3s left and
Another
2
6
6s left.
draw by
Now
Kevin.
1 6 left. And there's the 6. Deals in. Of course, this is extra Fu from the con. So it's Ricci,
Ura
Tanya.
flip.
Ura
Gets
1
one.
boosts it to 96. It's a pretty big pickup. I'm going to jump Brian all the way to second place here. And Harrison down at 5,300. Under a lot of pressure now. But Brian is dealer here, getting out of the demotion zone if the score would end like this. But this is not a great hand to continue on with. Maybe you can move towards Tanya bet of a 1, 1, 8, 9 pin. I think you just play for reaching. If Tanya appears, you go ahead and brute force it. On the right, we have the 3-pin Onko. Shapes aren't bad. Also feels like a Tanya hand. Across the way, is he just brute forcing Saranko or Chitoi? That feels like it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going for yet, but I want to hold the Dora floater and all these Yaku high. On the left, maybe a 1, 2, 3 Sanchiku, but everything here is bad. A whole bunch of garbage hands. The only one that I think is workable is Matthews.
What would be the most cinematic option is if we walk into a draw where nobody's in 10 pi.
That's the classic, huh? Tanya Dora 2, that forces a really good draw. I'm kind of surprised the 8's cut instead of the 7 pin, but really just hedging the extra shapes here. Figures the Dora pair is way too important. 7 pin, okay, well that's the type of draw that makes Brian's hand actually playable. Oh, 3 so, that's now Ishanten on the right. Tanya Dora 2, possible Dora 3, needs a 3-bon and either the 6, but that's not coming out just yet anyway.
This hand is worth so much more face down than it is face up, but I imagine there's an incentive to call and end the game here with a cheap hand.
Well, use Dama here, and the problem is the 3s are terrible. There are 2 out, and we know 1 is stuck on the left. That's not budging. But it's Tanya Dora 2, so...
Still one more 3-mon floating in the wall.
You have to take it as it is. Now, interesting choice. Harrison, that 5's a perfect draw here. The problem is the rest of the hand still stinks. Ishanten here for dealer now. Possible Ricci, Pinfu, Ipeco, Dora 1.
This is Ishanten for Harrison.
Wait, you're right. That is not Tenpai. It's Ishanten.
I meant to say Tenpai. I actually said Ishanten. I ended up being correct.
And I added the other way, and I was wrong. Yeah, so the 1 so should be the next cut here. Is moves back for Ricci, Pinfu, Tanya, Dora. We always see the 1, 2, 3 call on the left going for the Sanchiku. We'll need 4, 7 so, and 3 pin. Problem is that 3 pin isn't coming anytime soon. There is 1 left.
Harrison making a decision. That 5-5-6 Pinzu shape's looking pretty good. Gonna put into a 5-6 Rionmen.
Tenpai for dealer here.
1
Goes in Ricci's on the 5-8. Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1.
Is Matthew
and
gonna...
that pawn just gives no
out
information whatsoever. You can go with the 2-mon if you're really scared, but I think he shoves the 5.
Maybe the most information that comes out of this is the 4-so leading to a 1-7 Suji, but that is a very good pawn there, especially with so many tiles out. That just gives almost no information.
Exactly. And everyone here kind of has an incentive to just shove anyway. Anything that the 3-so came out, I just cut the other 5 and keep my Manzu options open. Uh-oh, well, this should be the
5-so.
2. The 2 is not a bad tile here because
There
of
you
the
go.
early 4. Now, the 8 is a terrible tile. And this is why I wanted to hold the 3, is now that would be in great shape. That's why I would have cut the 5 earlier. I feel this hand should be Tenpai right now for 6-9, and Harrison kind of misplayed.
Ooh, throws down the stick late.
3-sided, Ricci, Dora 2, probably Tanyao. And there's the
might be
deal in tile, but I think you just fold out. You do not play this. You cut the
That is
2-1 every time. I
1,
would
2,
never
3
throw this.
Sanchoku so tempting.
Oh, there's the sumo, though. Reach sumo. Pinfu, Dora 1.
And no
No
Ura, so you
Ura,
get
but
420'd.
goes into another
The
repeat
lead.
into first place. And this
Brian's
seems a
in the
better
lead.
hand. Possible 2-3-4 Sanjigo here. Tanya stays pretty good as well on the right. Chun pair may just be call and go. Try and secure the Dora, of course. So you don't need to worry about second if you get that. Across the way, Pinfu Tanya type hand. And on the left, Pinfu. And really nothing else.
Call that.
There's our Dora. I guess you go 8-6 in Manzu. I like the Sozu shape as it is.
I also like 8-9 pin, maybe.
I like holding those because I don't mind pairing it up, and then it gives us a very flexible pawn option with the 9-so.
I absolutely do not envy the position that Harrison's in.
Con! Oh, like that. That would be a really good tile to still have the 8-pin with.
Gonna
And yeah,
chuck
now
it
you just
out.
have to throw it back. In the meantime, though, Brian has a very good Ishan 10. Oh, well, there's your pair up. That is a really frustrating hand. Having cut the 7,
I feel like
8, and
somehow
another
Matthew's
6.
hand is the way Matthew's playing this hand is not going to be punished. I just have a feeling about that.
Well, he would get first place if he can pull this one off.
Boom.
There it
There's
is,
a
and there's
pawn.
Tempai 3-6, and this just feels pretty dead, honestly.
There's only 1 3-so left in the wall. If
And
Sanzo wants to,
oh yeah,
wants
the
to make
6
a
is.
big,
Oh no, that's not a Yaku. The 1 has to go out, and this might actually cause the 3 to come out in a bit. Because if you say pair up the 2 mon, you'd always cut the 3 here. If you pair up the 5 mon, you probably cut the 3 here. A terrible draw.
Repin would buy some time. Sanzo. 2 mon is Genbutsu.
And
If
just have to keep
Sanzo,
shoving.
if the Sanzo coaches want to make me a believer, then I gotta see Matthew draw the last Sanzo himself. Otherwise, right now, I'm just not believing.
Meanwhile, there's also a fairly loose 3-so on the left, but I don't think that Kevin ever wants to throw it.
5-3 pin shape is gonna start being cut out.
Because now you're seeing that pawn and going, wait, is this Honitsu on top of it? What the
Yeet.
heck? There's our slam. Ricci waiting on 7, so this is a Dora wait. You can just cut the 9 here. This is fine. And yeah, it does.
Somehow that Dora weight is more alive than the Rion men across the way. There's the last Sanzo.
Draw, waiting 3-6 mon now.
I am still not a believer.
Option. And I feel dealer can shove a lot of stuff here. You can't con that. No, you can't con. The question is,
Do not con that.
anyway? And I
Chuck
think you just
a
throw the
6
6
pin from
anyways,
your
yeah.
hand.
Eight mon, I imagine this is still a shove. Because this is an awkward position now, because if Brian just breaks Tempai, he knows he gets first. unless somehow Harrison also made it to Tempai, and you imagine it. Oh, there's the 6.
Son.
There it goes. Sanzo powered up hand wins. Tanya Dora 1 and the Ricci stick shutting down the Dora 4 Con. Now to 49,100. Brian definitely going to be out of the demotion zone after this match.
Brian taking up all these points. You think Brian's thinking about getting into points position? Championship points?
Championship points, not just yet. There's a long way to go and a long buffer. You have to realize there's a huge gap between Bianca, Dustin, and Steve right now. You'd like to get up to that Bianca level, but even just getting past Dustin is a nice boost for now. If you look at the cut line, 91.2 is currently safe, won't be after this game. And 99.8, which is less than 10 off, is second to last in the league, which shows how tight it is down there at the bottom.
This has been an interesting competition with the 16 people in A1, making it very tight. Not everyone who should be getting championship points is getting them, and it feels a lot easier to be in that bottom 4 position.
It is. The first 2 seasons of Armel were like this, and those were intense. And there was a lot of hype around this season, specifically because of a lot of people who knew they would be squeezed and under the pressure cooker, and we definitely seeing it. Meanwhile, dealer here with a nice hand might see Peiko if you get the 2-pin. On the right, messy hand, and he's just Tanya. Maybe Tanya Dora 1. Across the way, Haku's been called, but the way Harrison's playing this, you kind of feel you need value. At minimum, you want to drag Kevin under 30k, so you kind of want 3 Han. On the left, Kevin has a bunch of pairs and not much else.
Looking like the best route to 3 Han would be to trust those sticks and go into Honitsu, especially with that 7-9. So shape you can get an extra Han waiting on that 8 so.
Yeah, or Toy now is a different option. You have a bunch of pairs in this hand, so the 4-pin should be coming out fairly soon.
There's not quite enough pairs though. You're gonna need one more.
Yeah, but ideally you just get the South. I will see an option. You have to think about this when he passes. He is full in on the on the Honitsu rather, giving up on the Toy completely. I think I would have taken that just because I don't see this hand finishing as Honitsu. You're so far away when you're in row 2. I almost like taking the Toy just to lock in for Tempai payments later. That's how awkward I think these shapes are. Oh, well, that's just dealer Tempai. We'll see if this is a Ricci. The 8-pin looks really good to me in the wall. I would slam this.
Throw it down. Ricci waiting for the 1-5 so remaining.
And the 0-8 pin because they're in hands, but at the same time, Harrison may just end up dealing into this because it is one chance from his side. I imagine the 6s come out first, but if he gets a chance, I imagine he has to shove that 8.
A little bit of a lag there.
There's a 9, and we should be the 6 pin, and the 8 will be the next if Harrison gets any improvements.
And the countdown is on. Start warming up your New Year's countdowns. 5-7 Mon shape, 8-pin comes out.
I was going to warm up taps because we know this is going to deal in, and there it goes.
Deals in. Harrison's gonna fall into the negatives, and Brian's gonna go over 50,000. Really dragging out the end of this game. Still in South 4. Repeat 4 now.
It is one of the most frustrating situations. You're already having a bad game, and then dealer just goes on a South 4 rampage. It goes from a bad game to a terrible game. But meanwhile, it has another great hand to just call down the Hatsu, get 1 Han, maybe 2, because you have the floating 2 Dora indicator. On the right, feels very Tanya, has Tanya Dora most likely. And at this point, you're not catching first, so just calling down and getting any win is probably good enough. Across the way, South is passed. Huh?
South is passed on. What could Harrison possibly be cooking in there?
I think I know what Harrison is cooking. You know what Harrison is cooking? Harrison.
Harrison is cooking Harrison?
That is what I am saying. I don't know what he's doing here. And there's the second one. He feels he has to take this. He
That's
has
the
this
first
Dora
one.
floater. Yeah, that's the problem. Is that hand's never really being cheat toy. It's never really finishing close. I think you need to take the first one. He's lucky the second one came out when it did. Meanwhile, we have Ishanten on the left for possible Riichi Pinfu.
All the souls are just going to be thrown up by Harrison, including the
Senpai! And this
Senpai
one you
waiting
go,
on.
really? Are you kidding me? Riichi Nomi, 3-mon, 6-mon. We see 2 3s in discards, 1 6 in hand. So that means 5 outs left.
I did have a moment in Milwaukee Club where someone had a really long streak of repeats, and every time they threw down that stick, we were just like,
That is generally how it works. Now, the question is, how greedy is he going to be? And now it looks like he just wants the 2-han. Not going to brute force the 5-so, 3-so into this.
pack it
But
up
at the
and
same
leave.
time, not giving up on it. Oh, there's a 3. That fits into the hand very nicely. See the Nakasuji get cut there. Meanwhile, there's a fold on the left, and ooh, that 5-pin's kind of an incentive to get back in here.
There's a draw
But
towards
now 5's Nakasuji,
Keiko.
so it's not going to. 3-pin is Suji if you dare cut it. Nope, goes
Drops
to
the
2. That's a
2-mon.
fold. It's cheat toy or nothing. I don't care. Cheat toy or I just fold. It was also one chance. It wasn't that scary. That was a fold. That is, I'm out.
Logged off.
The 2-so might.
You
be able
keep
to get
drawing
back
tiles
in.
where you could build around it, but you're so committed to the fold. It's.
Yeah, and you can't throw. I don't think you can throw the 3 even with the 2. Even with all those 2s out, you just cut. It's just such a bad tile. Meanwhile,
waiting
oh,
on
the
the
5
5,
could be
so
an Ipatsu. That's going to end
immediate.
this. Riichi Ipatsu says, I've had enough of this. And the Ura.
Way
Wow,
to punish
what
Brian.
a swing. Riichi Nomi says, not only am I going to hit it, I'm going to hit on the Ipatsu, and I'm going to Ura to you to sneak into second place. A huge swing here. Brian loses a bunch of points, still first with a 26.8, but a lot worse than it could have been. In second place, Kevin with that monster win on the end, 16.3, managed to salvage this game. Matthew sees third place after getting second absolutely stolen from him. He was in cruise control in that hand. Starting out that South round, he was over second place, and third place was what, 15, 20K back, and Harrison just couldn't get anything, and then Dealer steamrolled the entire table, minus 50.3, drops into the negatives, but had enough of a buffer to where he's not in danger just yet.
Is there any rule about if you're in the negative, you're not able to get championship points?
It was brought up, and I don't think that is a restriction. The only restriction is it was also one that was brought up earlier, and I don't think it ever actually got approved. You cannot actually demote with negative. You can demote even if you have positive points if the line is that low. The very first season in Armel, I was the bubble boy just above the cut line, and my score was 0.9 positive. So there have been some absolutely brutal swings, but wow, what a chase. The Ipatsu and the Ura 2, Kevin completely changes the dynamics of that table and overall the whole standings, because this keeps Brian below Dustin. He's still certainly within the striking range of anyone else in the motion range. At the same time, Matthew gets robbed of 5 points there, so he'll stay below Barry. And with that seems like a great time to end. I don't think we're going to see too much to top that. What a run. And then the big hit there on the end.
Add insult to injury with the 2 Uras. Really good game there.
Yes, good game by all. Tough matches, tough games. That's what you're going to see in Armel, especially in A1. But regardless of your skill level, you can always join us for the next season. We will be recruiting for winter 2026. We have, just a couple more weeks to sign up before that deadline closes. And of course, you can see our socials up here. I really hope we update the YouTube on this graphic. It should be youtube.com/@AmericanRichi. So for everyone here, of course, I'm Korak with John, Ty running the broadcast, and earlier we had Rachel and I think Joseph. So we hope to see you next Wednesday.
Have a good night.